Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true!
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Backstage with Al and Jay. Are you ready?
You what?
And now, your host, Al Silva.
Who?
Hello, everyone. Welcome. We're right on time. Are we? You know what? We set the damn time. It's our show. And when we're ready, you know the show used to be called Getting Ready because we're always getting ready. And then I said, you know what? When we made the new channel, I said, you know what? We're ready. It's time to go backstage with Al, and that's Jay.
That's right.
Welcome, Jay.
That does look a lot like him.
It looks, if not, it's the best AI clone we could have made for the budget we're on. So anyway, appreciate another week here. I was getting some stuff set up here, and it was just taking a little bit longer. Hang on, I want to do this. You know, so Jason, I actually, with devices that are not signed into YouTube at all, so they had no history, like this little baby iPod that doesn't even have the YouTube app, I searched on YouTube. I said backstage. We don't pop up at backstage. We're not there yet. And we don't pop up with backstage with. Not there yet. But if we do backstage with a, top of the chart. Backstage with a. That's not bad. I mean, out of all the things that they could have searched, you know what I mean? Backstage with a. It's like every time we get a little bit closer to eventually we will be backstage, and then eventually we'll be back. And then eventually we'll just be B. As soon as you do B, and it's like, backstage with Al and Jay? And it's like, yes.
That's exactly what I was looking for.
I'm surprised I'm not subscribed to myself. That is so weird. Why wouldn't I do that? All right, sorry, I had to pull that up here because I like to see what it looks like from your people's angle to make sure it all works right. All right, so we got a packed show, as always. Well, actually, in some ways, this is less packed than usual. It's really heavy on the after party. I just really didn't have much news coverage stuff. There's a few things in the Insano World, but this week, it's just a lot of clips that I came across on TikTok where I was like, ha! I was like, those will be good clip fodder.
Funny, funny.
Yes. Oh, my dad's here. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. All right, so why don't we go ahead and let's go to the pregame, and we'll talk about where we're heading. It's time for the pregame.
No! What are you waiting for? Do it!
All right, so I'm super duper ultra excited because I finally upgraded my camera. So anybody that's been backstage with us for the last couple of years that we've been doing this, I've been shooting on a Sony A5000 since 2014, I think is when we got it. So over 10 years now, the same camera. And I said, man, I really one day want to upgrade, but it just never felt like the right time. And then with this whole business getting started, I said, you know what? The law, you know what? We always say tax rich people, Jason, don't we? Because we're like, you know, fuck them. For the most part, tax them. And I agree wholeheartedly, tax them. But if there are things that you could do to not give the government your money, I'm all for it, okay? That's part of the law. Now, if you don't like the law, we change the law. You call your representative, I don't like that law. And they say, oh, well, we'll just change it then. And so part of the first year startup was for the state of Michigan, you could write off up to $5,000 of your startup costs. So I said, man, if there's ever a year to buy stuff that I think is future proof, this is the year. So this was the very last, I was trying to sneak this in before the end of the year, and I finally got the Sony. So this is the Sony A6400. What's funny is the 6400 is still it's like, not like old, but it's still like 6 years old. But it shows you the longevity of these Sony cameras where it's like they're just as good as when they were first coming out. So therefore Sony just keeps making them. They're like, well, we got crazier cameras that you can spend $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 on. But this camera's so good, it never went down in price. Like it costs just as much today as it did 6 years ago. Because they know, they're like, this is good stuff. So I was like, oh, man, I'm super excited to do that. So I reached out to my family. And I said, hey, I just got a new camera, and I need guinea pigs. So whatever you guys want, portraits, event photos, especially if any of you guys got like some real estate, because I know Justin sells houses and stuff. I was like, I'll do it for free, but I need to use it in my portfolio. So if you're cool with that, hit me up. And everybody's like, oh, that's cool. Juanita's like, my birthday's next month. Oh, yeah. So I was like, oh, good. I need the experience learning with the Flash and stuff like that. And obviously, you start with your family because then they should have less expectation, obviously, than a paying client. But as we all know, I think family's more comfortable with telling you how you probably should do certain things. So, hey, there's pros and cons. But either way, it's getting out the reps. And that's the next step here. So I'm super excited for that. Now, what I saw with this first one, it really made sense after we're doing the cameras. And I'm like looking at these cameras. I'm like, wow, cameras, technology, this is crazy. And I saw this and I was like, yeah, you know what? It is pretty bonkers. It is pretty bonkers. Tell them, random dude. Wait, tell them, random dude. Oh, it just worked. We just tested this. We just tested this before the show. What?
Maybe.
Jason, you remember when I just tested this?
Yeah, but was that TikTok?
That was TikTok. Watch me TikTok. Watch me. Are you kidding me?
Are you serious?
Are you dead serious right now? Is this thing? It's being dead serious. Hang on. I did. I really did. You people think I'm just willy-nilly. I just go on the show and I just try to make whatever happen. No. I actually do this. Oh, loopback closed. Never do that again. You should be beaten and flogged in the streets. Loopback. I don't appreciate you. All right. Try this again.
Of your brain and
okay, I don't know this lady. That's not the clip. Anyway, camera technology. Wow, isn't it crazy? Tell me, man.
Like, no one ever talks about how insane cameras are. To us, it's so normal, but if you go back 300 years and you show someone a video of themselves, you'll get burned at the stake for witchcraft. Humans were really put on Earth with nothing but minerals, and they said, fuck it, we're gonna make a device that could capture a moment in time. Like, no one...
Isn't that insane? Like, you go back 2,000 years ago, and you're like, bro, you know how you're, like, living life? We're going to make this little box, and we're going to go, and it'll freeze time.
Right.
We're going to freeze time. They would have burned you.
So that we can take that and show it to somebody else.
In the future.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, that's insane. Burn him. Burn him. It's insane. I'm glad we did it, though. And I saw this, now that we have good cameras, this is how you can clean your sensor. Look at this, Jason.
This seems...
Shake it up now. Rinse it. And blow dry it. Clean. That's how you clean. I didn't know that's how you clean it, but that's how you clean it. So, now you guys know. That's your... Somebody out there's like, I saw it on the backstage show.
Oh,
I saw it.
I hope not.
Only if you have a Canon. Only if you have a Canon.
Ooh.
No Sony boy. Sony boys rep. Sony boys represent. All right. Let's see here. Oh, this is funny. I just came across this on Facebook. It said, when somebody's like, hey, you got an Android charger? You're like, oh, what? No, what's funny is these days, everybody's USB-C. So if they say Android charger, they're talking micro USB. They're talking some old shit. They're talking, and then that should be their face.
Or they're so under a rock, they still think they're special.
Yeah, they still think they're the only USB-C now.
Yeah, no, we're all doing it. It's fine.
Oh, what? An Android charger? Like a peasant? And then I saw this. This is, there's certain people, you'll know it when you hear this guy's explanation, but they're draining.
I don't know about you guys, but I mentally can't afford to talk to people that have issues every time we talk. Like, you ever had that one friend or that one person that you know, every time you call them, there's an issue? Like, dude, we all have our issues, but sometimes we know how to keep things controllable and not getting out of hand. What happens with that type of energy is it becomes contagious. Now you worried about things you weren't even worried about before you came in contact with them. So if you're one of those people, please stay far away from me and learn that attitude, because I promise you, it's always somebody doing worse than you are in this world. And if you in America, there are certain privileges that we have that we can make the best of. So nobody should really be complaining too much. And if you really want to get real, if you find yourself ungrateful about life, take a trip to the hospital and go down the cancer aisle, and then that should realign you with the reality that as long as you have your health, you are wealthy and you could change your situation. All right, guys, stay blessed. Let me know.
And that just there's just some people where it's like, no matter, oh, hey, what's up, dude? How's it going? Blah, blah. And they go, oh, fucking sucks, bro. Like my, I just lost my whatever, my wallet or this and that. And it's just like, it's like every single time you talk to them, there's nothing good going on. Nothing. And you're just like, oh, you're kind of pulling me into that, bro. Like, all right, you know, it's like sometimes you, in a what is it? You're confiding in a friend. It's like, bro, can I vent to you, man? I got this and this and this. And that's all right. Like, that's those times. But you know what I'm talking about, where there's just certain people where it's like every single time you talk to them, it's never a positive word coming out of their mouth. It's always like,
you know, there's a general rule about negativity. It's roughly 11 times more impactful to the human psyche than positivity is.
Yeah.
And there is a reason for that, though. It's because, like, you didn't necessarily need to be like, oh man, I ate that apple and it was like, ooh, that was good.
Yeah.
Those apples, because they're not going to get up and try to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you encountered a wolf or like some other wild ass animal, you really needed to remember every single detail about that situation so that, you know, if you do survive, you can continue to do so later on.
Makes sense.
So, like, just keep that in mind and, like, stop checking in on your negative things all the time and, like, just keep reminding yourself that those positive things are happening too.
Yeah.
11 times you need to remember positivity every time you experience a negative thing.
Yeah. I mean, I think that, you know, when we go to bed, that's part of the sleep process is like your brain subconsciously, like you're not doing it like, oh, I got to file away the memories for the next day. You know what I mean? You go to bed and your brain's kind of processing things and it's like, well, what do I store for long-term stuff? What do I kind of keep in front of mind? You know, what am I processing for the information that's going to, I think that's also part of the pre-bed process is like laying there. Cause I don't know how other people fall asleep, but like when I'm trying to fall asleep, I'm like thinking one about the day. And I'm thinking about like what happened that day. And then two, I'm thinking about tomorrow. And like in that thoughts, I'm getting lost in it. And then eventually I just fall asleep. But I think that's some of that positivity where you could look at the day. I mean, there are days where it's like, damn, that day sucked from beginning to end.
That just kept sucking all day.
But that's not every day, bro. That's not every day. So it's like you got to look at the end of the day like, all right, yeah, you know what? It did suck when my window got blown out. But it was kind of nice that it wasn't my driver's side window. So I can still go get fast food. Now, look, I used to have a window that didn't work, driver's side. And I go fast food, I got to open the door, hand the money out and get the bag. So I'm like, hey, at least it wasn't my driver's side window. At least it wasn't my front window. You know, certain things like that where it's like, all right, even in a bad situation, well, it could have been worse. And so those are the certain ways that you can take something negative and shave some positive into it or just have a different perspective. But if you're always just focusing on the negative, bro, like Jason's saying, you're already you're 11 deep trying to get out, bro. And now you're like multiplying, but adding all the other negative things. You're drowning.
Yeah, if you wake up and stub your toe, you're already off to a bad start. So you got to be in control of that.
Yeah. All right. That's it for the pregame. Let's go to the Insano. Oh, I forgot to start the clock. I think I'm gonna just start it now. We're speed running again because I just can't stay up too late once again. And it worked well for us last time. We actually did really good. So I think we're just gonna keep doing this. All right, we're gonna put on for good old 90 minutes. Okay. Oh, it's not. Let me do that. I have to do 30 minutes in 1 hour. 1 hour and 30 minutes, people. That's all you're getting out of us. And at the end of that, we're done. We're out. I don't care what's going on. Even though I said that last time. All right, let's go to Insano World. Oh, yeah. All right, so first up in Insano World, this is honestly insane to kind of think about because it's like when I watched this clip, I said, how long ago was that? I was like, wait, September? That was in September? Look at this, Jason. This is kind of crazy to think about here.
I know for a fact, for an absolute fact, that Charlie has not been buried yet. I know for an absolute incontrovertible fact he's not been buried yet.
Has not been buried yet.
Why? When there's no good reason for it. I know for a fact. I'm going to tell you. You know that my faith is sincere. I swear on God, on the Blessed Mother. I swear on Jesus Christ. I know for an incontrovertible fact that Charlie has not been buried yet. There's no good reason for that. None whatsoever, unless some trickery is afoot. Because and they're telling people, oh, it's because we're planning to build a giant mausoleum. Well, you put together the biggest political event in the last 100 years in 3 days. Where's the mausoleum, girl? Sorry, no. I know for a fact he has not been buried. He has not been buried. Okay. Why? Because people are asking them. They're saying, I want to go pay my respects to Charlie Kirk. I can go visit Nietzsche. I can visit Karl Marx. Why can't I visit Charlie Kirk? Where is he buried? Where is his gravestone? And you better have a damn good reason why he's not buried yet.
Do you have a theory?
And I genuinely mean it when I say that.
So that is crazy because he was killed in September. September to October, October to November, November to December. It's been 3 months. Where is this guy's body?
They're like, well, the autopsy kind of shows military involvement. So, like,
we got to kind of hold on to this. We got to.
Yeah.
You would have think they would have been like, oh, well, we had to cremate him. You know, if there's some sort of like cover up, they're like, bro, just cremate him. And they're like, yeah, we got him. He's right here. And, you know, we're waiting for the mausoleum. But it's like, he's not cremated, but he's not buried. He's just sitting in a box somewhere. What are they waiting for? Oh, we're going to build a mausoleum.
They're seeing if they can give him an update that'll bring him back. He was an android.
Oh, that's crazy. Well, you know, there's like, what is it, Walt Disney? Isn't he like not really dead? He's frozen? Or is that just a conspiracy theory?
I think it's a theory at this point, but I don't know. Like it was on Family Guy, so it might be true.
That's where I think I remember it was Family Guy. So it would make sense. Maybe Charlie, he knew he was going to die, so he sent out a look-alike replica of him that day, but he had something going on where he's like, bro, I'm going to have to freeze myself because maybe he had some sort of incurable thing, and maybe that's why they're like, well, we can't show you the body. Because it was kind of freaky. I couldn't find the clip in time, but when Erika showed the, like, casket, and she's like, oh, Charlie, oh, whatever. And it's, like, it's not like a candid camera. Like, there's a camera guy here, and he's showing her, like, and she goes to, like, hold his hands, and his hands, they look, I mean, I get taxidermy and stuff like that, where it's like, they already don't look kind of real, but it looked, like, absurdly fake. His hand looked absurdly fake. And it was like, they didn't show his face, though. They just showed his hand. And it's like, oh, man, there's just something so shady going on about it. It feels so weird. And then Erika Kirk did this latest interview on TV, and she is just making the most wicked faces. I've already said there was something. I said the day they did that, like, super funeral Super Bowl thing where they were, like, in a stadium or whatever. When she was, I was like, I remember I called this, and I said, there's something about her that ain't right. And then the more that comes out and the more she does stuff, I go, I'm just reinforcing it. I'm reinforcing. Look at these faces she's making. Of course, the creepy music, but look at this.
And I rest easy in knowing that he's sovereign, but he's just. And so let the Lord handle that.
Why? And she looks down. That was a comment. She said, why does she look down when she says the Lord? Who's her Lord? Down there. Down there. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of nuts. That's kind of nuts. And the eyes. What is it? The eyes, Julo? I don't remember the quote. It's like, the eyes. They never lie.
I don't know, man. That's pretty intense.
There's something with this lady, okay? I don't know when we're going to figure it out, but that's just how it is. And then it made me think, oh, and then there's this that just came out too, because she's like, hey.
This book is very personal to me because
this was Charlie's
last words.
Last words in this book he just wrote before his death.
Directed to me. And he's basically saying, stop. The world does not revolve around you. You need a moment to breathe. You need a moment to recalibrate. If you are so filled with busyness and the noise, the Lord cannot use you. So please rest, be with the Lord, be with your family, and just know that there is so much more out there than the little busyness that you find to be.
But what was crazy was, I didn't have this clip here, but the interviewer for that video where she's looking like this and she's like, we serve a just God. They asked her, they said, hey, Candace Owens seems to be like spreading some conspiracies around the whole situation. And is there anything you want to address with it? And she just goes like this, and she goes, stop. That's it. Stop. And then they come out with the name of this book, and it's called Stop in the Name of God. And it's like, what is happening? What is happening? I don't know. Something
Maybe
about
she's
stopping.
just lost it.
And you know what? See, this is the thing. I think, thinking about it, somebody murders your significant other publicly, and then demons are coming out there going, ha, 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 ha. I'd be pissed too. I'd be absolutely pissed. And so it's like, it's not the piss that makes sense. It's just like, it seems like she's trying to fake one way or another versus just being real. Like when that whole stadium tour came out, it's just like, it just seemed like she wasn't genuine. She should have just came out and be like, look, I'm pissed. They murdered my husband. And they think it's going to stop us. We're not going to stop. And we're going to do this for Charlie. But it never felt real. It always felt like this facade. And that's what's creepy. You know what I mean? It's like, just be real. And so that made me think this is probably what Charlie felt like.
You can't stand me.
That's not true.
This was what...
Choice! No! Do something!
Did you say? Who are you talking to?
Nothing. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
You said.
No, I didn't talk. I wasn't talking to anybody. Throw me.
Talk to me!
I don't know anything. Please stop.
You can't
Yeah.
stand me.
It was all Fugazi. That's what it was. Poor Charlie. He deserved better. All right. Speaking of deserving better, I think humanity deserves better, honestly. But this was hitting the TikTok viral scene here. Look at this. Italian artist sells invisible sculpture for over $13,000. He was showing them put it together. The sculpture. So they knew it was real. No, go back. He was showing them put it together so they knew it was real. It's not like he showed up and he's like, the sculpture's here. His artists, they put it together and then they said, here it is. Who wants to buy? And then there was some guy out there who was like, and he said, yes, I would like that. Who's worse? Who do you think's worse? The artist that did that or the guy that bought it?
It's tough to say. Genuinely.
Yeah. I blame both. What should we do? Flog them both?
We should burn the sculpture.
That's start one. That's literally first step. Burn it, melt it down, and make a real sculpture out of the molecules in the air.
Make a tax on invisible sculptures.
100% tax, so it doubles the cost of the
item. And both of them have to pay it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So the one guy doesn't make any money, and the other guy pays twice as much.
Yeah, to prevent this.
Yes,
because this is stupid. Do you think it's some sort of money laundering? Like the guy's like, bro, I got to blow 13,000. Invisible sculpture.
Could be.
And he's like, oh shit. Because there's no way anybody with brains would be like, yeah. Oh, dude, I'm going to own. Like, I even get the banana guy a little bit. Remember when we reported, like, the banana sold for, like, and I think that was millions. I don't remember how much it was. It was just a banana duct taped to a wall. There's a banana. It's duct taped to the wall. It makes a statement. This art is going to perish. It's real. There's no preservatives. Watch as it rots slowly in your house, bringing fruit flies. Fruit flies are animals. Animals reclaiming their land. Like, I mean, the whole thing seems like an expose. This is just nothing. It's just nothing, Jason. They should be ashamed of themselves.
Well, eventually the banana's going to be just duct tape.
Yeah, but that's part of the art. Remember when there was a banana there?
If they just put duct tape there?
If there was like a little piece of duct tape, just a little square, and they said duct tape, I'd be like, shit, bro.
Now, what if they put it together and then they put a piece of duct tape on it? And that would be mind-bending.
Oh, like it's just floating in the air? That might be worth double than that. I'd pay triple for floating duct tape.
If you can't put duct tape on it, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah. We should do that for money. And then I saw this. Speaking of like some people like, oh, I just blow $13,000 on nothing. We're living in what they call, this guy calls, but it makes sense, a silent depression. And look at his stats that he's bringing up.
Silent depression. When you compare the Great Depression to today, this is going to absolutely blow your mind. In 1930, during the Great Depression, the average home in America was $3,900. The average car was $600, and the average monthly rent was $18 or $216 a year, and the average salary was $1,300 for the year. Fast forward to today, it is $436,000 for the average home. That's insane markup. $48,000 for the average car, and the average rent is $2,000 a month or $24,000 a year, and we have a $56,000 income for the average American right now. So if you look back to the Great Depression, the house was only 3 times the average salary. Now it is 8 times the average salary. The car was 46% of the salary. The car today is 85% of the salary. And here's the craziest part. The rent was 16% of the average salary. It is now 42% of the average salary. We are in a silent depression.
Especially when you get to the end.
Average salary.
85% plus 42%. 2%. That's more than 100%. Like if you own the average house and the average car, you can't make the average income. Now, some people might go, well, that average house, $436,000. Well, yeah, there are houses in much bluer states, but that costs a lot more than certain other lower income. Like Michigan, I'd say the average house is probably $200,000 to $300,000. California's driving this up with their $1 million houses, New York, Maine, stuff like that. But then there's also places in Tennessee and Kentucky where it's like probably averaging 150. So that's why, in general, across the country, 436,000. But the income is, I mean, that's weird because you would think the income being around the housing would make more sense. So there would be some sort of equalizer to it. So it's like, okay, well, if the average income or the average household cost 436, it'd be higher. But the income is where the big disparity is because the houses now cost 8 times what the average salary is. Yeah. And I remember seeing a statistic about like when you're trying to get a mortgage, what the bank looks at is like you can't usually qualify for a mortgage that's more than 3 times your salary. So it's crazy that like in today's age, like they're looking at like whatever you make. So if you make, $50,000, usually they'll give you a mortgage up to $150,000, unless you have like a really, really low debt ratio. You got like no debt and stuff like that. Then they can bump it up. But usually it's 3 times your salary. And so that's probably what they've been looking at since the beginning of time, because they're like, well, back in the 1930s, it was 3 times your salary. So that's what makes sense.
They just never bothered to question it.
But now it's like, well, the house costs 8 times your salary, though. But they know if you got a house that was 8 times your salary, you are not going to be able to pay that back. Like that's going to be, like he's saying, 42% of your income is just going towards the mortgage. So the real question is, with the cost of everything, how do we fix it? Is it just build more houses? Is that it? Like just we got to start building a shitload more houses? Like how do we lower the cost or increase the wages? Because if you increase the wages, it increases the cost. So I feel like you can't go to the wages. You know what I mean? Like when they went to McDonald's going $15 an hour and now Big Mac meals cost $15.
Well, no, you could have raised the wages, but you would have had to put a stipulation on not inflating the cost. Like there was a point in time where it's like, oh well, we need people, so we got to raise the wages because people stopped going to work for shit pay. They were like not dependent on that income. Yeah, they're like, I'll grow my own food, I'll do this, I'll do what I got to do. So they're like, fine, we'll pay more. And then they're like, well, we're paying you more, so now we're going to have to raise the price of these hamburgers. We're going to have to raise the price of this. Like, no, you don't have to.
Do you think we should put, like, some sort of cap for profit or, like, at least profit margin expectation? Like, so it's like, maybe we go, look, if you're a fast food restaurant, bro, you're not making more than, we put a cap in it. We say like 10%. So then whatever profit you would have made past 10%, you're going to get taxed on. So the way to get out of that is you just increase your cost labor, right? Could be the cost you increase, pay your wages more, because either you're paying your employees more or you're giving it to the government. So wouldn't you want to pay your employees more because you're going to have to give it to the government? Maybe something like that, where it's like increase wages, like you're saying, but without increase. Because that's the number one thing for any business owner. They go, you increase the cost of me doing the business, decreases my profit. I'm not taking a decrease on profit, so therefore I'm going to increase the cost,
right?
So I can keep the same profit.
Well, how much profit do you think is actually fair? And do you think
that's what I mean?
Dependent on the business?
It totally is, because like we know LCs, and it's like, bro, you're making pennies on the dollar, but you own a full service restaurant where you're paying your waitresses $1.50 an hour and stuff like that. Like, they make a lot more. But then if you're Apple's making like 40% profit. So it's computer electronics versus fast food versus services. Like if you're like a car wash or something, you probably have a higher profit margin because
maybe if your percentage of profit goes into specific tiers, you pay more in taxes, which incentivizes, like you said, turning it into your own cost. Rather, like you just make your employees' lives better.
Yeah.
But also the flip side is for those people who are like, I'm not paying people that much to do this simple task. Well, okay, well, why aren't you doing it, first of all? Oh, that's right, because you needed a bunch of help. That's why you needed all these people in the first place. You got to forget about the fact that, like, every business looks at hierarchy as top down.
Yeah.
Stop forgetting that all of this shit involved in your business is your responsibility.
Yeah.
And you're literally taking your responsibility for all 150 stores you got, whatever, and you're passing it down to all those people because you literally couldn't do it. So stop it.
Yeah.
Like, if it's worth it for you to make all that money and not do shit other than watch people and make sure they're doing it the way you want, then it's worth it for them to be making that.
Yeah.
Because they're actually doing it.
Yeah. And you can also do it based on business size too. You know what I mean? If it's you're a one store mom and pop record company, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, they probably have 2 employees. So it's like, all right, well, maybe not you, but like as you grow in revenue and store count and things like other factors where it's like, all right, well, the more you do, it's like Spider-Man, the more power, more responsibility. So the more you do, the more we gotta reel that in, because otherwise.
Well, businesses like that could contribute to the deficit, not deficit in terms of debt, because to be honest, that's not specifically their responsibility, strictly speaking. That's debt we've accumulated over the years of having a fucked up system like this and people raising that debt. But put it into some sort of housing pool that can
build houses,
that can reduce. You know what we're going to do? We're going to end up 3D printing houses, and then that's when that bubble's going to pop.
Because then the houses are getting built for cheap.
Yeah. Like, you want to charge $436,000 for this plastic brick? I don't think so.
Especially when they're built by drones too.
Yeah, so it took you 3 days to get this done, and it cost you $150 worth of filament.
Yeah.
It's not literally filament, but
see, that's the stuff where I think the government should step in. Like, they're like, hey, you know, we got to pay like $20 million to Pakistani gender studies, and it's like, I don't know, maybe we should do $20 million to like build houses. You know what I mean? Like, we should look at the budget, and everything that's not functioning for lower income households, like people that can't afford things, you know what I mean? Right. Then we should just go like, yeah. So building houses and improving roads and like building infrastructure, like actually improving our day-to-day lives. So anything that's like, oh yeah, well, we do send money to the Congo because we got to do things, you know, with the trunk. And it's like, bro, I get it. Bro, I love the Congo too. Congo's so cool. I totally get it. We're going to get to them. We will get after we do this thing though, because we can't afford to live. So once we're good and we got this, then we're going to go over to the Congo and Pakistan and all these other crazy things. Because they had it when Doge was doing their thing. They had it listed like the government budget where it was like, you want to see all the crazy shit your government's sending money to? And it's like, damn, it's insane.
Well, they needed a tax break.
Yeah. Because they're like, oh, bro, We gotta.
In order to tax these people as harshly as we are, we have to stand by the same rules. But instead of just giving up the money, putting it back into our economy in the form of taxes, we're gonna build something in some other country and
send it out.
Yeah. Oh, business cost.
And we're gonna follow my journey. So like I'm trying to do this. I think maybe on one of my, I don't know. I've been using the Al Silva TikTok to just a big old grab bag of everything. At first, I was siloing different things for the different channels I have, but then the Al Silva channel just ended up, because I have more followers on there. I'm 4 followers away from 2,000, which I'm like, oh man, I'm trying. Every time I gain one, I lose one. I gain one, I lose one, or gain 2 and lose one. I'm like, I've always been teetering around 2,000 for the last couple of months, but. And so one of the things I started, I'm going to finish it when we get to the end of the year, because I want like the end of the year statistics for everything. But it was like 2026 is like my journey. I'm taking everybody on the journey. I'm like starting with like a snapshot of me, my everything, like where's my credit, debt, income, situation, everything, how the channels are doing. And then I'm going to do like a life update. Like once a month we'll get a life update, because the goal for next year is to get a house. But the thing is, the prices of houses are honestly pretty insane, and so it's like we kind of need these prices to come down a little bit, but I'm not willing to like wait a couple more years. Like every time you rent another year, that's another year of honestly the equity you lost, because either way you're paying money. You're paying a mortgage or you're paying a rent. But if you're paying a mortgage, you're gaining ownership slowly over 30 years, unless you can afford a 15-year mortgage, which is kind of insane to think about. But you're slowly gaining ownership of that home, and that's worth value in the form of equity. Versus rent, you're literally just taking a handful of money and you just throw it out the window. And you're like, thanks. Yeah. I mean, I lived here, but it's still like, thanks for nothing. So that's my main goal. So we're going to see how that does, and I'm excited to just be able to look at that journey as far as like a look back. Because one of the things we're going to do as the last episode of the year for this channel, I already started gathering this, but like I'll look back at the clips of this show and how far we've came just this year, and then also I have some clips from the last year too and stuff like that, because I think I really enjoy like kind of looking at the progression of evolution, you know what I mean? Like, man, you remember back then? So I'm hoping this next year is like, you remember when I was real poor, always so poor? Maybe this is the year. Get the prices of house down. That would be great. Now, this plane had an emergency landing.
Watch
and
as
it was
the plane
kind of insane.
tries to make an emergency landing, rapidly descending.
That's not AI. I have to clarify that like every time we see a clip like this now.
As the plane slides on the roadway, then comes to an abrupt stop on the guardrail. The damaged car,
luck that
right
guy
behind
has.
it. A 57-year-old woman was
He can
inside this
complain.
Toyota Camry. According to fire
56-year-old
rescue,
lady.
miraculously, she suffered only minor injuries. It happened
Oh, that's
Monday
good.
evening near Florida's Space Coast. The NTSB says the plane departed Merritt Island, Florida on an instructional flight, and following a loss of power in
Insane.
both engines,
Could you
the
imagine
pilot
being that
made a
lady?
forced landing. The two
That's
27-year-old men
insane,
on
dude.
board were not hurt, according to the Florida Highway
Nobody
Patrol.
was hurt.
Tonight, the investigation into
The
this
two
scary
guys and
close
the old
call
lady.
is ongoing. Watch as the plane.
That's just because it's like he's like, I gotta land, and there's a freeway, and it's like mostly kind of clear. It's not like a big traffic jam, but he just lands right on that lady. It's like, dang, if he landed 20 feet back,
if he just tilted the plane back a little
bit, got a little
more drag.
and then he would have just said, and everybody would be like, oh, epic, most epic landing ever in the middle of traffic. But instead he was like, plop, and just right on that lady.
Goomba stomped her.
But luckily, everybody survived. So that's one of those things where it's like, oh, today sucked. I got landed on by an airplane. You positive spin that. You go, damn, I got landed on by an airplane and didn't die. Isn't that insane?
She called her work like,
I was on the way to work.
You're not going to believe what happened.
I'm going to be late. They're like, you're still coming in, right? I'm still coming in. That's how it be. All right. The police, this is crazy. Police successfully stop a man from committing suicide.
Get back. Get back,
That's
bro.
what the
Let me see your
title
fucking
says.
hands. Dude, bro, just talk to me, okay?
I didn't make this title. This is how I discovered it, too.
Threatening the police, only to be met with a burst of peanuts. On April 28, 2022, 2 police officers in Illinois received a tip that a man charged with first-degree kidnapping was hiding in a white sedan at a highway rest stop. The 2 officers quickly located the sedan. Officer 1 searched the interior and found a man in the back seat. Officer 1 then identified the man.
What's your hand, bro? I got one right here in my hand. Get back.
At this point, the man proactively told Officer 1 that he had a gun. The 2 officers took a few steps back and immediately went into combat mode. Let's switch the camera back to Officer 1's perspective to see what the man did. When Officer 1 arrived at the white vehicle, he questioned the man according to procedure.
What's going on, man? Let me see your hands, bro. I got one right here in my hand.
He has it right to his head.
However, the man told Officer 1 that he had a weapon and pressed a gun to his head, forcing the officer to back away. The officer complied and then tried to reason with the man.
Put the gun down, bro. Put the gun down, man. Put the gun down! Put the gun down! Get back. Get back, bro. Let me see your fucking hands.
Wow. So, I guess, yeah. The cops were like, bro, you can't do that. That's our job. That's their job. But then again, he did go to the... I get why they did it, because he closed the door. He could close the door, go out the back, you know, start shooting out the back window. I think that's probably what they were going for there, but...
Because they couldn't see anyone.
Couldn't see him, yeah. So once you can't see him, it's like, bro, you don't want him popping out the side or just shooting indiscriminately inside the car. Maybe he's targeting civilians or something, so it's like, oh, man. I mean, you really should go around with a gun to your head anyway, so it's like... But I just thought it was insane that this is how I come across. And I'm like, oh, they successfully prevent a man from committing suicide. And then I'm watching this, and then I go, they did, I guess. Because now they can't file it that way. I guess that's successful.
Did the guy die or not?
Oh, no, he's dead.
Well, they said peanuts, so I'm like, is that like a
no? It's bullets.
Around,
yeah, no, I think they were trying to get around some TikTok wordage. You know, sometimes you can't. There's certain words as soon as you say TikTok's really smart, bro. It's like instantly if you say something, a certain word, within 30 seconds it pops up like graphic violence or something like that, or it'll have like a restriction.
Watch it for that.
I didn't go live on the TikTok today because I didn't have all the stuff set up and we were already running late. So we can say whatever we want. How many slurs do you No. But no, TikTok's like really... The other day, me and Mario, we were smoking a Black and Mild and we're on TikTok Live. As soon as we lit the cigarette, little baby cigarettes, as soon as we lit it, it was like this live show is showing, I can't remember the exact term, but it was basically like abusive substances, blah, blah, blah. I was like, damn, bro, it's like always looking, always listening. We have to make sure our viewers know, which is pretty crazy. Now, this guy, he just went viral for being a BBB, as I say. Those are known as baby back bitches. Baby back bitches. You got to know when you're in this situation, are you a fighter? Are you a flighter? And this guy knows who he is now.
Viral security footage captured on December 6th shows the terrifying moment a woman was forced to fight off a knife-wielding mugger after her much taller male companion chose to step back and hide behind a wall. In a move he's now unfortunately paying for with internet infamy. The pair of American tourists were walking down the street on vacation in Colombia when the armed attacker suddenly approached them, lunging at the woman trying to steal her phone, according to Newsflash. A man passing by on a motorcycle is then seen doing what her companion failed to do, jumping into action to help the woman. The passerby hopped off his bike and hit the mugger in the head with his helmet. A few other people passing by also jumped in to help fight the mugger off in a dramatic struggle.
He's like, I'll hold his arms, you punch him in the head.
Look at this guy peek around the corner.
Only once the thief was subdued is her companion seen managing to make his way out from behind the wall to comfort the woman. This now viral clip has sent shockwaves through the internet, with many criticizing the man's decision not to help his female companion.
That's crazy, bro.
I mean,
how you not gonna help your girl?
People who don't fight do exist. It's 2025.
But it should be like, again, you're not a fighter. Like, oh man, I've never. Well, first of all, how many people have encountered getting stabbed before? So it's like, I never got stabbed. But this is where it's like, I mean, obviously you don't even like that girl, right? Because if he liked her, I think that's part of that that masculine I need to protect this. It goes back to caveman days, and the DNA activates, and it's protect before even thinking. It's a pre-thinking. What do they call it? Instinct. His man instinct didn't jump up, so either he doesn't like this girl, or
I just don't think he has that.
He don't have it. He evolved past. He's we've shed the need for such instincts.
People are not even sure what they are. We're finding out now that instincts don't exist. They're just learned behaviors.
Oh, no.
You learn them from somebody talking about it. You learned it from experience, whatever the case may be.
What?
This is Exhibit A, that just simply being born male does not activate.
Do you think she left him after this? Do you think she was bro, that was I was going to say the gayest thing. I didn't say it, though. But
good thing you didn't say
I did not say it. You know what I mean? For a woman, it's how do you look that guy and oh, yeah, this is my man. They'd be no, this ain't my man. And so we don't even know. Maybe that's it. First of all, it could be her brother. I feel that's even weaker somehow. You know what I mean? That's your little sister. Didn't want to protect. Big sister, little sister, don't matter. That's weaker. Or it could be oh, that's just her boy best friend. That's just a boy best friend. Then that ain't no friend. I feel like it doesn't matter what you give this guy.
The worst part about it is the attacker has his back to the dude most of the time. Even if he was a bitch, he could have
just jumped him in.
Yeah, just
he's not even paying attention to the dude. Yeah, he could have just snuck behind him and you choked him out or something.
May or may not get stabbed that way, but
that's where it's supposed to be I'll get stabbed so my girl don't. So, or maybe his girl just got done cheating on him, and he's you know what, dude, go ahead.
But that's the guy.
Go ahead. Hey, I paid that guy. That's why he's well, why would I stop a guy I paid?
Why is the guy trying to stab her?
I called him.
He just found out that she had a boyfriend, and he just found out that she cheated, maybe.
That's what it is. That's the only thing I can think of. He's no, I wanted this.
He's
I called for this.
You made your bed.
Yeah, he's I'm not getting stabbed by the hitman I freaking hired. But poor guy, now he's going viral. And I mean, luckily nobody knows his name, so I'm sure he could just change his image and keep living on, dye his hair maybe, but not good.
Wear some shades.
Wear some shades, yeah. Everybody looks different with shades. Now Denny's is selling some new kicks.
Just in time for breakfast, Denny's Diner is dropping a surprise for the holiday season.
Ooh.
Sticky kicks are being called the equal part diner art and streetwear with actual syrup inside the bubble. The drop is on Wednesday, which coincides with Maple Syrup Day. It will be available for Denny's Rewards Program members while supplies last. 11 o'clock is the drop time.
It's coming out tomorrow, people.
Sizes 8 to 13 are available.
Some Denny's kicks?
$195. There was a disclaimer on their website when I read this morning. It said, please do not puncture the bubble and let the syrup come out.
inside.
We were saying ants will absolutely find it. You don't have to puncture the bubble. They will find it.
The scout ants are always out and about.
Also,
scout ants.
I will eat at Denny's and pour syrup on my own shoes before I pay $200 for syrup in my shoes.
That's right, lady.
What is going on with
That's right, Alana. Call me. But anyway.
The apples.
I'd rather get a new prime lens than some damn syrup shoes for $200. $20, I might get them for the novelty. But no, not $200. Denny's, what are you thinking? Now, this is the final one I got in Insano World. And so, we like to get insane towards the end of Insano World. Prove that this isn't true. You can't. That's the whole point. But go ahead. If you can prove it, put it in the comments. But you can't. Listen to this guy.
Can you prove that the universe wasn't created last Thursday? The last Thursday hypothesis flips reality upside down. It says the universe could have appeared just 7 days ago with everything already in place. Fossils buried deep underground, light from distant galaxies already halfway through space, and every memory in your mind installed like preloaded files. And here's the punchline. There is no scientific test that can disprove it. Every piece of evidence for the past exists only right now. That fossil? You're holding it now. That childhood photo? It exists now. Even your earliest memories are just electrical patterns firing now. Nothing guarantees they came from an actual past. The theory doesn't claim the universe began last Thursday. It exposes a limit in human knowledge. We can't prove the past ever existed. Any experiment you run relies on data that could have been created last Thursday too. It's a philosophical trapdoor hidden under everyday life, and once you step on it, the floor gives way. So when someone asks this question, there's only one honest answer. You can't.
Damn.
Can you
think about it? Because you could be like, oh, well, duh. I mean, I was here 2 weeks ago. Were you? Or was that memory implanted in you already last Thursday? We can't really prove it. You could be like, well, I have this this note I wrote from 3 weeks ago. Or how can you prove that note came from 3 weeks ago and that note just wasn't developed right then and there last Thursday? You get what I'm saying? So it's like there's no way to truly prove that, because anything you could say as a data point, it exists now, and that could have been something that was created. You know, like when they say carbon dating, and they're like, well, carbon dating proves blah, blah, blah. Unless something was created with the built-in
it was
age.
created
You get what I'm saying?
as that age.
Yeah. So they're like, oh, yeah, this is 3 billion years old. Created last Thursday. But pre-created 3 billion years old. So we don't even know.
You can't prove it, but it's unlikely.
How? What happens? You know how we talk about simulation theory?
What would be the purpose?
Well, because of the simulation theory. And so, like, the simulation, it doesn't have, you thinking like, oh, the simulation has to run this whole universe 24 hours a day, 365 days a week. Whoa, that's crazy. But like every day, every year, every moment of since the 13.8 billion years ago or whatever. No, I don't. It just has to run 7 days. A constant 7-day simulation.
Do you think every like 20 years we get an update or something?
The 7 years, remember?
Oh, was it 7 years?
7 years when the guys, they swap us out unless you're eating the gum. You got to watch the last episode for that to make sense. But that makes more sense now. So every 7 days, they just update the thing. And then every 7 years, that's when they have like a full refresh. You know what I mean? 7 days, 7 years.
Every time you poop, you're actually just losing data.
Is data. And then you could be like, well, I pooped 3 weeks ago. That was created last Thursday. Insane. But I was looking at a simulation theory that went along with this, where it was basically like, you know, people say there couldn't be a simulation because it would take so much data. I mean, there's billions and trillions of planets and stars and this and that, and then every fish in the ocean, everything. Blah, blah, blah. But video games are a good replica. I mean, first of all, simulation. It's kind of a video game, but they only render what is being viewed.
Right.
So a simulation doesn't have to render trillions and trillions of planets. It only has to render what is being observed by whoever is observing it.
And it doesn't mean that, like, oh, okay, we got, how many is it now? 7 or 8 billion people?
Yeah, 8 billion people.
Yeah, none of them have to be real.
That's true too. We already know about NPCs.
We could be on an online multiplayer where only 10 of us are real.
Yeah. That's crazy, bro. I can't wait till the aliens come here and they just go, bro, simulation, this is how it's been.
They're like, why are you taking this so seriously? You're not even real.
Yeah. That mother is not real. That made me think of this. I almost forgot to put this in here too. But I know people want a update on the 3-Eye Atlas. I just had an article pulled up. Am I on the right thing? Articles 12:15. It was yesterday. This is where we're at. Oh no, I lost it. Basically, next week. Remember, we've been talking about this, like 3-Eye Atlas. Next week, it's going to be the closest to Earth.
I thought it was supposed to happen in November.
No, remember by November it was going by the sun. So no, 3-Eye Atlas Earth. I'm just going to say the Earth. December 19th. So we're just actually a couple days away. 3 days. In 3 days, it'll be the closest that it's approached Earth.
Do you think we'll be able to get that on camera?
3-Eye. Oh, we might. High speed, bright green comet. I wonder. Not naked eye visible, but observable with small telescopes in the pre-dawn sky near the star Regulus in Leo.
We'll have to like
pre-dawn sky.
Put a a reminder or something.
We'll have to try that out. 3 days. 19th. What is that? We're talking Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Friday. So we're going to let you know. I mean, you guys will figure it out if aliens showed up. But we'll report on it either way next week, and we'll see how that's going.
Unless we're all enslaved or dead.
Yeah. But we're going to ask the aliens if it's cool if we still do the show.
Maybe they'll let us up our bit rate on their network.
Yeah. They'll play, oh, bro, you're only doing 50,000 kilobits? We'll let you do 50, yeah, 50,000 terabits. We're going to be coming through your screen. We're going to be like the ring lady. We're going to crawl through your screen. Getting ready in your living room.
We won't even need screens. We'll just download ourselves to your
eyeballs. Yeah. Just right in your eyeballs. All right, that's Insano World. Let's go to the after party. You see how quick we're doing this? Do you see it, people?
It's the after party.
Woo. All right, we're doing fantastic on time. Let me check the clock. Oh, we're doing so good. We're doing so good. Man, it feels good to just run on time, you know? All right. I have a lot of after party, though, but we have plenty of time to get through it. So first one I put is taxation is theft. I know we were talking about taxing. There's certain things where I'm like, all right, realistically, those should not be taxed. We should tax rich people for doing rich shit. This is where I think the offset is, like, for normies that are doing normie stuff, we shouldn't be taxing this.
Do you know how absurd it is that we have property taxes and vehicle registration every year? I want to set
every year I say that when I get the renewal, I go, again?
Imagine you want a brand new laptop and you go to Best Buy.
Imagine this.
And you spend $1,500 cash and you buy this laptop.
Boom.
And you go home and you open up the laptop that you own, that you worked for and you bought and you owned and paid taxes on, and you own it.
Mm-hmm.
And the next day you get a letter in the mail from the IRS, and the IRS goes, hey, we saw you bought a $1,500 laptop. You owe us $10 a month in perpetuity. And if you don't pay the $10 a month, we're going to take your laptop. So you're basically just renting it from us. What if you rented an apartment and bought a $1,000 sectional couch, and you're so excited and you're sitting on that couch, and there's a knock at the door, and it's an IRS agent going, hey, we saw you bought a $1,000 couch. You owe us $5 a month in perpetuity. And if you don't pay the $5, we're going to take your fucking couch. That's what they do with housing. That's what they do with our vehicle.
Isn't that crazy?
Can work 30 years, pay off your fucking house.
Paid.
It's worth $400,000, and you have to pay $500 a month in perpetuity, and the $500 goes up every couple of years. And if you don't pay it, they can take your fucking house.
Yoink.
With our car, we register it, get our license, pay tax, which I agree with.
But
then every year, we need to renew our tags. And if you don't renew your tags and spend $150 a year, you can get pulled over, potentially lose your license, and be fined. We don't even own our vehicle.
No.
We don't even own our houses.
No.
These are the most intrusive taxes. It's the freedom part for me that pisses me off. I was just thinking about that. I go, how bizarre would that be with everything we bought if we had to pay $1 or $10 or $30 a month, and if we didn't pay the government, they'd come and take our property. But yet we allow that with housing and cars.
Why do we do that? Why do we let them do that?
That's actually a really good question.
You know what I mean? They're like, oh, but the housing, and then the property, like, no, bro, you guys figure that out. Figure it out like, some other way.
Yeah, no, or make it significantly cheaper. I'm not talking about like 400 down to 200. I'm talking about 25,000.
Yeah.
And then, I'll be like, all right.
What happens if it's just baked into the cost? They're like, oh, bro, we normally do property taxes, but like that's forever. It should just be for the life of the loan, maybe. I would be all right with that, where it's like, maybe it's not even like in the, well, I guess it'll come out in the payment one way or another, but I'm saying like, all right, the price of the house is like this guy saying $400,000. Well, we're actually going to charge you $425,000. The $25,000 is the property tax. We'll call it a purchase property tax because you're purchasing the property. But then after the 30 years is done, there's no more tax. You've already paid it.
You know what's even crazy? If you make it through all the hoops you got to jump through to own something.
Yeah.
And then you go to sell it, you pay tax again.
Tax. There's a way to like loop taxes nonstop where it's basically like, you work for your money and then you get taxed, but you save some of it. And then you go to, or maybe like you put it in a 401k, right? So you like work for it, you put it in a 401k, you pull it out, you get taxed. Then you go to spend it and then you get taxed. And then you die and you give that money to your kids and that gets taxed, and then your kids, they are going to go spend it, and that gets taxed, and it's like the same dollar. You know what I mean? It's like the dollar just keeps transfer, and every time it transfers a hand, tax on it. But it's the same tax. It's the same dollar that was already taxed when it was earned. And you would think that would be like the one, like, all right, we got that. But I can we talked about the grand sales tax that was proposed, where it's like, what happens if we just paid tax on something you bought? But that's still a one-time tax. I'm almost all right on one-time taxes, but these perpetuity, I got to pay property taxes every year for the rest of my life. It's like, why? That's crazy, dude. I get it if you owe. That's kind of like getting a brand new car and you got to get full coverage. But then once you don't have to pay the payment anymore, then you can go down to like no fault. Like, give me the bare minimum, barely covers me. You know what I mean? That should be the advantage. Once you pay off your mortgage, like, bro, I'll pay a little bit. $20 a month or whatever it is. I'll pay a little bit, but that's it. And the registration, I don't want to do it no more either. No more. You know where my car is. You should only pay when the registration has to get transferred. Like, you register the car once. Now the state knows that's mine. And they'll just assume it's mine until I go to sell it. And then you have to pay for someone else to take it. Whether you trade it in at a dealer or you sell it to another buyer. Then we pay again. But why am I paying every year just to tell, hey, Michigan, I still owe the same car? They go, cool, give me $150. Like, bro, come on. That's crazy.
And where's that going?
Yeah. Where is it going?
Well, it's not making anything cheaper.
It's going to Pakistan, Jason. Why? All right. Speaking of theft. This is what we should do to the government. What do you... No, this guy was
video as the fed-up workers of a 7-Eleven store try to stop a suspected shoplifter.
My mom did that to me once.
The incident started when the suspect casually tossed packs of cigarettes into a large trash can. The same masked man had allegedly shoplifted the same store earlier that day, and the two 7-Eleven workers had enough.
Look at the swing back. He's like on his back. Like, I'm giving it everything I got.
He's like, I'm going to hit this guy so hard.
You can hear the man screaming.
Well, that's what I said to my mom, too. I was like, what?
Was walloped more than 20 times.
Oh, stop.
You done? Are you done? Are you done?
To be honest, I mean, I'd be like, oh, wow.
Store, the robber has one final request.
What is it?
Can I get a soda?
You beat him thirsty. I mean, he was thirsty. You had me yelling so loud, I'm a little thirsty. Can I have a soda? You just beat my ass with a broom.
You get a hospital visit, they'll give you water there.
Wow. I used to always make this joke where I swear as a kid, that's what I assume. I swear I used to have pointed elbows. Do you have pointed elbows? Let me see your elbow. Can you do a little point? Jason, they're pretty pointed. They're pretty pointed. I feel like I really used to have really pointy elbows. Some people's elbows are really pointy and some are flat like this one. And then one day, me and my brother were fighting, and we were fighting in the bathroom for some reason, or the fight just made its way to the bathroom or whatever. And then my mom busts in, and she just starts beating me with a broomstick, and I'm like defending myself, like, ah! She just beat me like that guy, like full swings. And after that, I was like, I don't know, maybe that's when I noticed. I was like, I think she beat my elbows flat. She beat my elbows flat.
Why
is that
are you
insane?
Specifically using
because I think I was going like this.
Oh, and she
you know what I mean?
Happened to...
And she's like, ah, you know,
dang
parents. Am I right?
That's wild.
Oh my goodness! So and that was probably the first thing I said is like, can I get a drink? Get something to drink, Mom, please. Wowzers. I love telling my kids stories about my parents where I go, you know, Grandpa used to, you know, Grandma used to. They go, no way. I know. Isn't that
they're
crazy?
So chill now.
They're so chill now. But back in my day, not like that. All right. Now, this is how you teach a business class. This is some real life business class stuff. Big brain.
Don't go and tell your boy, hey, I got $100.
He's giving everybody $100.
I want to make a deal. I'm going to give $100 to each of you, but here's the deal. You have to pay it back in December, and I want to see who can make the most profit from that $100. I'm going to give each of you $100, and I want you to think about how you can make as much profit as possible. When we come back together, You're gonna have to give me that $100 back, and all the profit that you make is yours. But whoever has the highest profit, I'm gonna double it.
Ooh.
You come back and you say, hey, Ali, here's 100. I made 50 grand. I'll double it. I'll give you another 50 grand on top. But you have to document it.
You gotta
and if
document
it's a crazy
it.
number, I'm gonna bring the put on and be like, and if I put on with a, okay? Deal?
Bringing the
Who
Quran.
doesn't want to take the deal? Raise your hand if you don't want to take this deal. Like, yeah, I don't want to do it. Don't go and tell your buyer, hey,
At bare minimum,
dinner on me, baby.
they just need to like not spend it. They're not gonna be in the hole. But that is some incentive shit where it'd be like, if I was that kid, I'm like, all right, I got $100. I can go to the dollar store. You know, you could think level one, right? My first thought was go to the dollar store, buy, you know, it's not $1 no more. It's $1.25, $1.50 store. But let's say you get 50 things and you sell those 50 things for $2. Now you made $200. That's $100 profit. So now I put the $100 aside that he gave me, and then I was going to say gamble, but not like gamble. I mean, like invest more. I'd take that $100 I got, and what can I do to make that 100, 300, 400? And even if I lost it all, I still wouldn't know the teacher because I already put the 100 aside. But that is how we get the kids' brains flowing. Put the money on the table.
Drop shipping and like don't have to spend anything. Everything's profit.
Yeah. Get the kids thinking.
I saved your $100. Here you go.
Here you go. I made 50,000 though, so you said I'd double it. You said you would double it. Give me that. And he'd be like, I need the documentation. Then you just pull your Amazon reporting out. You're like, yeah, no, I did. I'm like, damn, that's good. He'd hire you too. You know what I mean? I'm sure he got a bit. He's a lawyer or whatever. But either way, he'd be impressed. I'd be impressed too. I'd be like, damn, that's a good kid. So. I think it even sounds like just a good idea to do with my kids. I don't have no $100, but even if I did it on a small scale, I said, I'm going to give you both $10. What's your plan? How can you make that $10 more? And just see how their different plans would do, and then we implement them. And just see what they would do to like make more money. Just to get them money focused, you know what I mean? Like get that thought process where it's like, beyond just, I show up to work and then I grind out my 9 to 5 and then I go home and I play video games. You know what I mean? Like you got to think bigger. How can I make money? And I think that entrepreneurial mindship it's not for everybody, but you know, you got to at least try, you know, that way you can know who is for it. Boop, boop, boop. All right. I put is mayonnaise an instrument, but you're going to see why in a second. This lady plays water. Look at this. Let her cook. Ooh. Oh, yeah.
I don't think I'm feeling this the same way you are.
Damn. You don't think that's the next gen instrument?
I didn't find that nearly as impressive as you did.
It's the one when she was like. No,
I feel like any drummer could have done that with actual beats
but with the water, it's wet.
So keep a tiny wet bowl and you whoop every so often.
That'd be kind of sick though. If you just as a drummer just had a tiny bowl just for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that the next time I'm sleazing it up with a bowl of water.
If you take a bowl of water on stage, I want to see that.
Yeah. I gotta have a mic placed like right next to it too. You know what I mean? So it can pick up.
Are you gonna make the sound check guy like?
That would be a funny TikTok too. Like showing up to the gig with my special instrument and then like kind of like secret videoing it and be like, hey man, I'm gonna need a mic for this. And I'm like, for what? My bowl of water. Why would I mic a bowl of water? Oh, because it does this. And he goes, are you dead serious? Sound guys are usually assholes too. So he'd be like, are you fucking serious? Dead serious. Did you? He'd be like,
it's
bro.
The most important part of one of our songs.
And then I would build it into a song where we're playing and then there's a pause where there's nothing else. So I can go.
You know what would be even funnier?
It would blow his mind.
If you made him mic it up and everything and then never used it.
Oh. I'd want to blow his mind though. I want him like, no, there's no way they're not gonna fucking use it.
So you only use it once.
One time, 30-minute set, and it's like right at the end. Genius, bro. I think that would go viral.
I hope you genuinely do that.
I think it would go viral. I think I'm going to have to try that. Now, these are some new age sports. That was a new age instrument. How about a new age sport? Have you seen the drill offs?
I've seen one guy who does it like with just 2 drills in his hand.
This is 2 drills. He lets them fight. This is first one's Milwaukee. This first one's DeWalt versus Milwaukee.
Milwaukee's gonna win.
3, 2.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. It was barely a fight. I mean, Milwaukee ripped that guy.
Wasn't even 2 seconds in.
It really wasn't even 2 seconds in.
Look at him mopping the floor.
Milwaukee's are good tools.
Creeping on him more than Joe Biden, buddy. I'm sorry.
Joe Biden?
The Sugar Shack show's gonna be really
Milwaukee's still going. He's doing like a victory dance.
Milwaukee deported DeWalt fast.
All right, Milwaukee versus Cobalt.
Cobalt's not going to stand a chance.
You guys asked for it. Let's put them up against the Cobalts. 3, 2, go. Let's go. Oh, he's taking it for a little.
Now that's a battle. Way better than a DeWalt. Look at that boy fight.
Why are they moving slow motion?
Oh my goodness, this is legendary.
Thinking about it.
I haven't seen a fight like this since Naruto versus Sasuke. Uh-oh.
The Cobalt's back to life.
Oh, Cobalt just needed a little bit of... Oh, he's going round 2. Oh, he's out. Damn, he stuck it. He stuck it out.
That was way better than I expected.
I mean, he's doing his victory dance too. That's
crazy. I still got that Cobalt from Little Caesars?
No.
Yeah.
Should let it fight with my I got like a Walmart brand one, like a really off-brand one. Black & Decker?
Hypertough?
No, Black & Decker.
Oh, I think the Cobalt would probably win that.
Ooh, we should let them fight. I have this one, which is the Battle of the Losers. So DeWalt versus... So we know Milwaukee is the champion, but who's second place? Because I'm sure that's what you guys wanted to know next. DeWalt versus Cobalt. Battle of the Losers.
Damn.
Oh, they're slapping it out, though. Knock, knock. Oh, my goodness.
It seems so aggressive.
I think because they're pissed that they lost to Milwaukee.
Gonna take this, I know it. He's got the torque.
They got the money on the ground.
They're fighting, buddy.
Oh, my goodness. This is...
McGregor and Khabib right here, boys. This is the best battle we've had yet. The Cobalt versus the DeWalt.
That's crazy. Let them fight. Chainsaw.
They almost stood up for a second.
Oh, they're getting tired.
No, they're not. They just took a little sniff of this white.
Oh, it's because of the snow.
They're ready to get back in there.
Oh, my goodness. This is like Beyblades on crack.
Right? What are they?
With the water.
They're getting waterboarded. They're getting right in the snow.
Oh, my goodness. This is the most even match ever. Who is it?
All right, guys, let's take these apart. Put the batteries in them. Sort of broke on this guy yesterday.
Oh, we got to know.
Okay, let's see. We got 3 seconds. All right, Steve. Jan, count.
1, 2, 3.
Nothing. If the DeWalt fires up within 3 seconds, that means DeWalt is going to face Milwaukee in the finale.
1.
You guys think it's going to go?
I think it will. I think it's going to do it.
Oh, DeWalt versus Milwaukee.
Wow. I'm not sleeping on that Cobalt, though. That was a legendary battle. That was kind of crazy.
That's pretty sick.
Dang.
Kind of went Rock Lee on him, though.
Yeah. Swinging them around and doing the Grand Lotus and stuff. All right. Very cool. Now, this is that was a pinnacle of drill. I don't know. I was going to say like physical attribute. Yeah, they're not even things. They're machines. I don't know. But this is humans. Humans can do cool stuff, too. Look at this guy's flip. I call it wow, 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 flip. How did he do this? Ready? Go. Ooh. 2160. Look at the rotation on this. Get ready. If he would have landed on his feet, he would have gained all the aura points, but it's still very impressive. Right. I mean, he really did like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's pretty intense.
That's crazy. And the hair makes it look really cool. If he had short hair, we'd barely be like Karen. We'd be like, oh, yeah, whatever. But the hair, he's like a razor blade. That was pretty sick.
That was pretty sick.
Good job, dude. I hope he doesn't have brain damage, though.
Right.
This guy was, this is like the reverse of pinnacle, like lowest. Like usually in your life, if you're getting carted off, you're like, this is probably the lowest moment of your life. Well, this guy was tweaking at the airport.
Bullshit! Bullshit! I'm being treated like a black person right now.
No way! Like a what?
Bullshit!
What is... Depending on who you ask, that might mean everything or nothing.
He's getting treated like a black person.
Wow.
What?
Which airport was this?
Detroit. It didn't say. No, it's not Detroit. That's not Detroit. That's looking. I don't know. I don't know where that is. But the comments are like Randy from South Park. So it kind of sounds like that guy. Maybe he was doing that as a skit. He was trying to be a little South Park. But at least he got carted off kind of in style. He had all the cops around him. He's like on a stretcher. The other guy, I guess we didn't see what happened to him. The guy was like, I'm not afraid.
Right.
Take a stand. We don't know what happened to him. He could have got carted off just like this guy.
Could have just got on his flight and...
just made his way.
They're like, singing sucks, but it's not a crime.
Now, that guy was upset because he got treated like a black person. These people, they're apologizing for being white.
Responsibility.
These are celebrities.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility for every unchecked moment.
For every time it was easier to ignore than to call it out for what it was.
Every not so funny joke. Every unfair stereotype.
Every blatant injustice, no matter how big or small.
Every time I remained silent.
Every time I explained away police brutality.
Or said the
Or
N-word.
turned a blind eye.
I take responsibility. Black people are being slaughtered in the streets, killed in their own homes. These are our brothers and sisters.
Our friends. Our family. We are done watching them die. We are no longer bystanders. We will not be idle. Enough is enough.
I will no longer allow an unchecked moment. I will no longer allow racist, hurtful words, jokes.
Responsibility.
So, Jason, I need you to take responsibility for being white. You better apologize right now.
I don't even make jokes like that.
But you're just white.
Damn.
Just being white, you remember your privileges that you got. You got the card, don't you?
I didn't get a card.
You didn't get the white privilege card?
No.
They probably forgot to send it to you. Probably because it's in your digital wallet.
It's probably because I'm poor.
They don't give the poor whites the white privilege card?
They're like,
dang, bro. So you're not even going to apologize about being white?
You're whiter than I am.
Oh, my goodness. I would never apologize a day in my life. I'm brown. Look at me. I'm brown.
Genetically.
Yes.
But nobody knows that.
Doesn't matter. I'm transracial. I identify as brown. So.
Was that the answer I should have given to?
You should have. You should have just been like, yeah, actually, I've decided I'm brown now.
What are you talking about? I'm not white.
Yeah. You're like, I'm actually black. I'm not brown. I decided I'm full-blown black. Jason's going to start saying the N-word. That's crazy.
I don't think they're going to be catching any of that content anytime soon.
All right. Now, time to get angry. You ever had those crash out moments where you're like, and this is the thing, it's like when you're watching your sports teams, even if you're not crashing out like I'm about to show you these people, isn't it kind of nuts that you get like riled up over some group of people playing a game that represent the city you're from, so you feel like, oh my God, they gotta win, and oh, I'm mad that they lose. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't know these guys.
Right.
You didn't grow up with them.
It's not like you used to play on the field with them.
It's not like, yeah, they're going to like maybe Congress and they're passing a law. They're playing a game. You know what I mean? And we get like real riled up. We're like, oh, sucks. Oh, man, he missed that play. This guy's a dummy. So keep that in mind. Damn. That's how it be a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, that'll teach him.
He ran in with like his face. That is a full-blown temper tantrum, like a 3-year-old style. He's like, let me unplug this.
That wasn't even his TV. The other guy was clearly the...
With the whiskey. With the jack. Carlos.
Carloses are always doing something crazy.
Where his daughter come from? With the chair!
Dang, what did the cabinet do?
Innocent bystander. Damn.
Oh my god. Oh.
He's gonna drive away?
He's gotta go get a new TV.
Oh. I thought he was gonna like run it over. He's like, I don't even want to step on it with my feet. I want to run it over with my car. But maybe he was just on his way to Best Buy.
Yeah, he's like...
I didn't even like that TV.
You know how many of these people probably had crash outs like that just so they could justify buying a new TV?
That makes sense. That makes sense. Because you can't buy a new TV. You're like, man, my TV works fine. Yeah. Looks good.
Not anymore.
What do I need a new TV for? Oh, the Eagles lost they didn't do the field goal. Oh!
That's it.
So it's just the cost of like your kids looking at their dad losing it. You think they lost a little respect for those guys?
I would say a lot.
Just a little bit. Just a lot of it. Interesting. I actually did have the opportunity not to crash out because some random men were playing a sport that I guess from the same state or something. We had a TV that cracked, 2 TVs actually that cracked before you moved in here because I was like cleaning out the rooms and we had these extra TVs. One of them cracked from the moving of getting here. I don't remember how the other one cracked. It had an issue. So me and the kids, we took the TVs out by the dumpster and we beat the shit out of them.
Nice.
Because I was like, hey, you guys, do you want to hit these TVs with me? And they're like, yeah. I was like, normally you never hit a TV that's like good, just so we know, so they don't turn out like these guys. But I was like, these are broken TVs. I want to see what's inside them. And so we took them out there, we just beat them, and then we like ripped off the screens and everything. And we saw the layers and stuff. I was like, oh, this is cool. It's cool.
Nice. A science experiment.
Yeah, you don't get to beat the shit out of a TV all the time, you know? So I'm glad these dads got to experience that. Now, I want to know what the hell this guy's smelling. Like, what is he making these people smell? Because you're going to see the reaction. I just need to know what it is. Oh. it like hurt his head.
What the fuck is that? Oh, shit.
Smelling salts.
Have you ever smelled smelling salt?
No. Does it smell like it hurts your head?
It can.
He's like in pain.
So,
look at the...
Usually it's not like in a bottle form like that. Like that's usually just a small amount in a capsule.
I think he's pranking. He's saying like, oh, this is my new cologne or something like that.
Oh, what's wrong? What's happening? You good?
John.
It's a new smelling salt.
John.
Yo.
I'll give it a sniff.
All right, here.
I give it a sniff.
So our new company. Oh, our new company.
It's his new company.
So
that's how he's pranking.
This helps you live weight. My bad, bro. I did not think it was that strong. What would you rate it out of 10?
That's like 11.
Hey, you might have to look at something now with that type of smell, bro.
Yeah.
It's like 11. So what's these smelling? Isn't it supposed to be like a pre-fight thing, right? Smelling salts
No, it's
to get you like.
be when you're unconscious. They'll do a smelling salt in front of your nose, and it just snaps you awake.
So if you're already awake, it snaps you to the next dimension.
Basically, I've never had anybody use them while I was actually unconscious. My mom just actually had them around because she worked at a nursing home and she had like school for nursing. So she just had these things around the house. And I remember one time I was just like,
yeah, let me get a sniff.
Curious. So I broke it and I was like, Immediately,
Really?
it was like it's bad.
Damn.
Like because of the little capsules. Usually, it's just like, have you ever smelled like, I guess like vapor rub or something, and it's like or wasabi will do it too.
Oh yeah.
Where it's like, whoa, your
Bam.
sinuses are just open, like
Slapped in the nose.
yeah, it's like that, but like way more intense,
Like an earthquake in your nose.
kind of.
Like shakes it all awake.
Yeah,
That's bonkers. We're gonna have to get some, I think.
I don't think we should do a whole
whole tub.
Just get
You
like
just
the
want a
little
little-
packets or whatever, and just so you can experience it. Because yeah, it'll mess you up.
It'll mess
with
you up
that.
with that much. He should probably go to jail. You're saying?
If you're using
is that
the
assault?
assault, smelling salts. Is that assault? Yes, it is. But when you crack the little ones, the packaging keeps all the dust and shit inside, so you're not getting like
like it in your brain, like he's probably forcing these guys to do.
You're not getting like powder in your nose or anything.
He's giving them brain damage. Probably
He's giving
permanent
them
brain damage.
Probably a really bad headache.
That's crazy. And see, my dad said they probably were betting money and they lost. That's probably why they're crashing out. So it's probably next level. It wasn't just because the team was losing. They had money on the line.
The men in tights weren't crashing into each other.
Because they got the money on the line. Because that's crazy how we can, like, betting is, like, so normalized now. Like, back in, like, I don't know, 10 years ago, it was taboo. There was no betting. You couldn't bet. But now everybody is like, oh, we're sponsored by DraftKings. Like, I was even doing a little betting because they were like, free $200 if you bet $5. And I'm like, well, shit, I can't turn down a free $200.
Never bet on men in tights.
You never did?
Nope.
It's time to start. Brought to you by DraftKings. Get a free $200. You give us money, I'm going to support whatever sponsor.
Yeah, give me a free $200
give us money
every time somebody...
We will let you sponsor us, okay? Even if it's betting, we will take money. I have a new life hack. This works at Walmart. This new life hack works at Walmart. Everybody get ready. This lady discovered primo life hack.
I cannot make this up. Somebody dropped a receipt at Walmart. I went and picked it up. When it got everything that was on the receipt, put it in my basket.
Okay.
And the man at the door said, "Can I see your receipt?" I said, "Yes, sir." So I just got down for $95.10.
Oh.
I'm not going to lie to
Ain't
you.
that good?
People do attempt that.
I cannot make this up. Somebody dropped.
It is
life hack.
The second you come in with an empty cart,
Yeah.
get stuff,
Yeah.
and then bypass all
the registers.
Yes. So that lady is going to catch a charge, even though she walked out the door, and some Walmarts will set you up. Like if they're like, $95 isn't really what we were looking for.
Yeah.
They'll hope you're comfortable enough to come back, and they'll get you 2-3 times, and then they'll charge.
They'll get you the bundle.
Yeah.
Bundle it up.
Yeah, and then what'll happen is the judge then is going to charge you 3 times the amount.
Dang.
So you're like,
so she couldn't just be like, "But I got the receipt though."
Yeah, and you're also on camera going through the entire store.
Yeah.
So that takes a pretty significant amount of time, which is...
Well, she got to get all the stuff on the receipt.
That's not a good way to not get caught. To take
so this isn't a life hack, you're saying?
No. I'm saying this is going to cost you triple.
This is theft? Is that what you're saying?
This is definitely theft.
That's crazy. Because everybody in the comments was like, I'm going to go try this. So
yeah, the problem is you might get it to work, and then you're totally screwed.
Yeah. Because they're waiting for you to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang.
And the other thing, too, is sometimes they'll put you into the system and not prosecute. So what happens then is you could be at a completely different Walmart.
And the flag goes up.
And then they're going to catch you. Boop. And they're going to say, oh, you already got one in the system. Like, there goes your, like...
Your warning.
Yeah, you ain't got any warning shots.
They're like, what warning? Nobody told me. Oh, we saw you. Oh, we saw you. You didn't think the eye in the sky wasn't watching you? Why do you think Walmart got 1 billion cameras in their system? You think it's so they can just, like, pretend? You think they're fake?
Right.
They're watching you. They're watching you. Don't try this at home. Kids.
Enjoy your triple charges, lady.
That's gonna be our update. Like, it turns out it wasn't a life hack.
Yeah, I
got arrested.
They sent police officers to my home.
Yeah.
And they were pissed about having to come out.
I should follow that lady's channel to see, like, well, eventually when that drops, because that'd be funny. Because for clout, she should update us if she got arrested, because then everybody's gonna be sharing that. They'll be like, "Oh, she got arrested." So
nah, they'll get her like. If they
years from now,
now that they know that she's just like, look at me, like they'll get 4, 5, maybe even 10 cases.
You think it'll be like 20 years from now when she least expect it, and they're gonna be like,
"You're ours now. Like you owe us so much money that
they got to work at Walmart for free."
Yeah,
for life.
For life, yeah, that one's not getting a job.
That's crazy. All right, that was a life hack. This is a cooking hack. Did you know you could do this? I didn't know this. You can cook right on the stovetop. You don't even need a pan. Look, it worked.
You had one of those, didn't you?
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah, you could just cook right on there.
I've seen you do tortillas on it, but never like a burger or whatever.
Well, you can cook anything. Now, the problem is most people probably wouldn't want to because, you got to make sure that thing's clean. Got to have a clean surface. But if the surface is truly clean, like you soaped and scrubbed and everything, is it any different than being on a pan? It's not right on the coil. Like if we did it, it's going through the coils. It's like we're right on coils, you know what I mean? But this is a glass top. It's kind of like a glass pan. Big brain. You just move in a new house, you don't have any pans, just cook right on the stove.
I remember back in the day when I used to actually smoke cigarettes. You had that glass one and I couldn't find a lighter anywhere, so I tried lighting my cigarette with that, and
like this glass top.
Yeah, but when you're lighting a cigarette, you gotta draw on the cigarette. So
yeah,
man, that thing was so goddamn hot. Like it almost burned my face.
Heat, yeah,
like trying to light that cigarette, and I was like, I'll never do that again.
Damn. It'd be easier with the coil, because I'm sure as soon as you put the cigarette on the coils, it'd probably light up pretty quick. Kind of like the old car cigarette lighters, right? Just lit coils. Versus this, you got to be like on the glass.
Yeah, that sucked.
That's crazy. Life hack.
You probably shouldn't be smoking or lighting your
Don't even smoke.
Lighting your cigarettes with your stove anyway. That's a really stupid idea, but I was much younger at the time.
And stupider. Much stupider.
Much stupider.
All right. Now, speaking of being young and stupid, how about some insane shin conditioning?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, man, that could break your shins.
These are anvils. Do you see them?
Yeah, how is he still standing after that?
It's because of the conditioning. Do you see? Because he does it, his shins are stronger. They're unbreakable.
Oh, man.
Taking anvils to the shin.
They're unbreakable.
Oh, no.
Is that not big brain?
No, it's
Take
not.
the pain now, build up resistance, become invincible.
Just in case you ever get hit in the shin with an anvil.
Well, with anything at that point, because if it's less than an anvil, if somebody kicks you in the shin, you're like, bro, that ain't shit. I was swinging anvils on a tree.
Helicopter.
Heavy metal anvils. Helicopter style. And you're going to kick me in the shin? He's probably a UFC fighter trying to get, like, that resistance, you know? Got to try it.
It's like those guys who punch the, like, the ball bearings or, like, trees or whatever.
To get
like,
that,
I got, like, ooh, my knuckles are so hard.
You know what would have been cooler if he did? A copter of Razor scooters.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's hardcore.
That would have been hardcore. I think maybe this is entry level with the anvils, and then he upgrades to intermediate.
Old scooters, though, not electric ones. The ones that actually spin all the way around.
Yeah, they whip. And so, like, it wouldn't just be rotating. They'd be whipping, kind of like that octopus ride at the carnival or whatever. So it's turning and whipping. So he's getting, like, some G-force.
Sucks so
you think
bad.
his legs just snap? Like, the shin just...
it cuts right through him like a razor blade.
Just like butter. His legs are little
maybe not
shins
him.
of butter. Not him, because he's obviously been conditioned.
He's
but
ready.
If you did it, your shins are getting ripped in half. I put old people sounds. This is a startup of an old computer. And just, if you were been in this generation, it just brings back some memories here.
It sounds like hospital equipment.
Yeah. Big startup. Big fans. Remember the Energy Star screen?
Right.
And it'd be like loading kilobytes. Look at that. And this is only Windows XP. This was only 20 years ago.
I had a Brother Word
Isn't that insane?
I mean, it started up instantly. Like, we didn't have all this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Windows XP. It got worse. Like, I probably could have showed you something from 40 years ago, and you'd be like, whoa, that's crazy. But that's crazy to see. 20 years ago, we were booting up desktops like this. You guys are used to that sound because I put it at the end of the show, but if you if you don't stick around to the end of the show, they'll be like, oh, the Windows sound. That's insane. And the shutdown.
You've got mail.
Yeah. That's great. And now look at I got a 5-year-old computer that boots up in 5 seconds. I open the screen and I hit start or the power, and then it's a doop boop boop, and that's it. Yeah. You're just ready to go. Back in the day, we used to have to load for about 5 minutes, and then we're like doo 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 doo. Look at how we go now. That was just 20 years ago. Nuts, dude. Absolutely nuts. Now, I'm going to show you a couple more similar, not the sounds, but just that nostalgia of kind of the era that we grew up in. And so this is when you say you're bored to a millennial. So this is a Gen Alpha or even a Gen Z at this point saying that they're bored to one of us.
How are you bored?
You literally have everything. You ever heard of Blockbuster? I could only get one movie per week. The internet wasn't invented. I had to watch every commercial. We went to the mall for fun.
Yeah, we did.
There was no internet.
How are you bored?
There was no internet. When a kid says they're bored these days, doesn't it seem insane?
It does
because
feel kind of like that.
Yeah. Everything they could possibly do, even when you got nothing. Like my kids the other day, he was on my TV, and they discovered my TV could play games. And they're playing TV games with the TV remote. It's like, bro, there's something to do everywhere you look now. And at bare minimum, yeah, if you had a little iPad or a phone, you have the entire internet. The entire everything you could possibly ever want to look at, research, play. There's Flash games. That's still a thing. You know what I mean? I Googled the other day Flash games. And they're probably not based on Flash, but you know what I mean? There's still browser-based games out there.
Style, yeah.
It's like there's infinity. There's no bored. If you're bored, you're just not trying, which is insane. And I'm going to couple that with this one, where it sounds like it was the Great Depression back in the day.
My iPod didn't even have a screen.
Didn't have a screen?
Wasn't even invented.
No Bluetooth.
You had to crank the car window.
You remember that?
No buttons. When I got a phone, it flipped. You ever heard of LimeWire? I had to break the law to get music. I could have gone to jail. I had to call my girlfriend on the house phone, and my mom would listen.
They could listen. Do you remember that?
Nuts?
You
Yeah,
would be on the one phone, and then somebody else can pick up the phone, and they could just hear what's going on.
Oh, if there was more than 2 people in the house, somebody was listening to your ass. Like, and not even because they were like eavesdropping, it's because they also didn't have the internet. What's the most entertaining thing?
Oh, let's see what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Different era, man. My grandpa, he worked for the telephone company. He had a phone that you hook up to like the telephone line, so you could just tap anybody's phone. You could just listen on, because like the same, obviously, it's like the one set of lines is transmitting the frequency that's being.
Right.
So you could just be on the telephone pole and like tap. That was pre-CIA, where they could just do it over the internet now. But
do you remember party lines?
Party lines? Oh, that's where you could share. It's like pre-conference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like literally anybody from the neighborhood who was on the party line.
Yeah.
Like you'd just pop in,
pick it
and
up.
It did not notify anybody like, Jason has joined the chat. No.
You just hello?
Yeah. But there was also no mute buttons, so you just have to hold your breath if you didn't want people
or
to
you
know.
put your hand over the bottom part. I remember that too. Like, hey, I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone. And that's crazy. I've seen a video a long time ago where it's like you ask little kids, hey, show me the signal for like call me or be on the phone. And they'll be like this. Hello? Give me a call? Because all phones are slabs now. They're all slabs. So it makes sense. They're like, hello? But you ask anybody that's millennial or above, like, hello? And it makes sense because the speaker, the microphone, the handset. Kids don't do that because they don't even know what the hell this is.
Crazy.
When you look at icons, you know how like phones, that's still the icon for the phone is the handheld. People just, the kids these days, they just associate it with phones because they've been told that way, but they don't know what it is. Just like the save file is a floppy. They don't know what that's a floppy. They just go, oh, that's the save button. Like they get it's the save button.
Means.
But it's like, no, that's a floppy disk.
Right.
Floppy disk? What was that? Oh, bro, it's like a thin cassette. A cassette? What's that? It's like a CD with tape in it. A CD? It's like the digital version physical. Physical? It's like how many layers are we away from?
How did they get something mechanical to even do this?
Yeah.
It's like, no, that is more revolutionary to them than what they have in their hand.
Yeah. Which is crazy, yeah, because it does sound harder. Like, man, they got this intangible digital ones and zeros, but then they made it physical? And then you had to put it in something else and you had to rewind it? Like, yeah, no, this is nuts, bro.
Right.
Like the Blockbuster, you had to rewind your VHSs. It said, be kind, please rewind. Because if you didn't, then somebody took it home and they popped it in, they see the credits and they go, damn, now I got to rewind this thing. And it's not like, oh, you just press restart on Netflix and it goes to the beginning. No, you're like,
it's not a big deal when you got like a 30-minute episode, like if you recorded it yourself.
No, you're putting 2 hours on there.
Yeah, 2 hours. And even though it does go faster than playing, it's really only like, 2 to 4 times faster than playing the whole movie. So you still got to wait 20 minutes.
It's going to be a chunk of time. That's nuts, bro. They just don't get it. But see, this is the thing. I think all trends come back in some sort of way. And so I was just talking to Mario about this, and I was like, I bet you this. And he's like, no, honestly, he's seen people and he knows of people. I was telling him that I bet you cassette tapes come back because it's just like some cool retro, like beyond CDs, even more retro, like cassette tapes. And he's like, no, dude, I know people that have started to get cassette tapes. And I was like, I knew it. I think that's going to be the next big thing. Bring back cassette tapes.
The problem with cassette tapes is they're older, but they don't convey the same. Like they say, the highest fidelity audio format is vinyls.
Yeah, get the records. Get the big old records.
Yeah.
But the problem is the vinyls, you can't make them easily. Versus cassette tapes, you can get a blank set on Amazon, for a few bucks now, and then you could just record whatever you want onto it. You could just plug in through the aux port your radio. You could, now we have MP3 players, but you can plug in anything and then record it on the cassette, and then you could be the coolest kid in town. Because then the kids are like, what the hell are you listening to? Oh, I'm listening to my tape player. They go, tape player?
Yeah, I'm making a mixtape.
You're so cool. Mixtape? They're like, how'd you do that? You downloaded it? Oh, show's over. Wow, the show's over. We were doing really good, too. I think I only got 2 left. We're at the bottom here. Oh, we got a couple left here. I'm feeling generous, people. I'm going to finish this off. Because a couple of these I want to get to. Let's see here. I just want to play this one for the lulz. 6'7". 6'7". Don't you get it, people? 6'7". Don't you understand? It's insane. The sushi guy did 6'7" out of rice. This is how they enjoy themselves.
I'm disappointed in this man.
This is how Gen Alpha enjoys themselves.
Stop letting them do that.
Now, I wanted to know, because these next couple are about Gen Alpha, what are the kids playing at recess time? This is what they're playing.
I'm sorry, what?
This is what his son told him.
Diddy tag is when you tag someone.
They're playing Diddy
that
tag.
person's Diddy. I haven't been in because I had asthma, and but I ran so hard I almost died.
Y'all really be playing that?
Yeah. Everyone,
Who started that game?
Everyone. It's been a scene.
What do y'all even know about that?
He got baby oil.
He got baby oil.
All right, you. That's funny.
Stop, please. Now the kids are all playing Diddy tag. So they go, oh, you're Diddy. And then everybody has to run, otherwise you're going to get baby oiled. Is that crazy that the kids are doing that these days? Diddy tag. Who would have thought? And then I saw this. I've been seeing a lot of these videos too. This is going viral. It's about the strawberry elephant. These are the kids' reactions. They're telling the little kids that they got the strawberry elephant.
Elephant with like strawberries.
It's this game in Roblox. And it's the rarest item in the game.
That's the point when I leave. That's the best thing in the game.
Strawberry or something?
Well, that thing makes 20 million per second, but you know why? Wait, I gotta go wait a 6 seconds. You know what? 2.5 million.
It had like strawberries, and I think it was an elephant.
That's the best thing in the game.
The big elephant with strawberries, and it was.
Oh my god! You got the OG. That's the strawberry elephant. That's the most legendary one.
Serious?
Yes, that's the basic OG.
And so all these kids are going crazy. The parents never got it. They were just pranking. They're like, oh, I got this elephant that's like strawberry. My kids are so cool and sweet. They're so cool and sweet. They gave me a strawberry elephant. They're like, oh, Dad. They were like, play Steal a Brain Rot with us. I was like, all right, I'll boot it up. And Elliot's like, here, I'm going to give you something. And then he gives me a strawberry elephant. I was like, what's this, son? He's like, oh, it's the best one in the game. And I'm like, oh, you want to give this to me? He's like, yeah, no, it's cool. He's like, I want you to have it. I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then I saw this thing and everybody's like, you got a strawberry elephant. My kids are like, you can have one, Dad. Here you go. Because they grind so hard. My kids always have the coolest shit. And then when they want me to play with them, they give me like the craziest stuff. Like if I join a game where Emmett's been playing, he's been grinding, he's like, here, Dad. And he gives me like all sorts of like crazy, like legendary items. And I'm just like, dang, that's so, they're so sweet. But they're like, yeah, they're always bosses in whatever games they play. Because they like, I got to grind it out until I'm the best, which is, you know, there's pros and cons to these things. But it does feel pretty cool to obviously be at the top of a game that you're playing, which is very nice. All right, this is, I saw this one. This is absolutely nuts. The most epic N-word, okay? And it's a good one. It's a good one. It's not a bad N-word.
Feel good yet.
It's a good one. Listen to this kid. He went to the dentist, and you know when you get gassed up, sometimes you get a little loopy?
Ah.
That's what it is.
The kid wasn't even ready.
He's like so high out of his mind. Look at his eyes. He's like,
yeah,
he sees the light like
toasted.
And so now there's all these remixes going on. There's all these remixes going on TikTok.
Sway, that's my shit.
My God.
Sway, the remix god!
Damn.
Why'd he hit it so hard? Why do you think he did all that?
I don't know.
It was good. I thoroughly enjoyed when I saw that. I was like, man, that kid, he got it. I don't know. Hopefully he knew he was a good singer before that. Or, you know, sometimes people get under the gas and
That's how he found out?
Yeah, they never knew because he never got to let it out. And then for some reason, that's the first he wants to say. It's the N-word. So that's how it is. Name this tool.
Yeah, name this tool.
That's not no tool.
Yes, it is.
That's not a tool.
Yes, it is. And name this tool.
To measure like the volume of like a table or something like that.
The volume of a table?
Yeah, like the measurement.
And name this tool.
Something you use to find the temperature or something.
No.
Temperature?
No clue. I'm not a guy.
Hey, name this tool.
I used to work at Lowe's. Dimensions on paper, and you trying to translate that into real life. This is gonna help you.
Paper
right here.
dimensions.
What did it do?
Hey, name this tool.
What did you get paid for?
I ain't never seen that a damn my life.
Hey, name this tool.
This is like a scale. You put something on it like
a scale.
No. What does it do? I don't know.
Kinda.
Hey, name this tool.
Oh, I don't know the name, but my dad got one of those.
Hey, name this tool.
A tape measure?
No.
That looks
Tape
like crayons.
measure?
I don't know what that is. A ruler?
No.
Hey, name this tool.
Is it the bubble thing?
Hey, name this tool.
He's
Is
close.
that like a foot measurement? Like you measure your feet with?
Your foot.
What is this
No.
used for? Doctors? Hey, name this tool.
I've never seen that before. A European measuring tool.
No. Hey, name this product.
A ruler.
What does the green stuff do?
What does it do?
I'm asking you.
Asking you. A flashlight?
Hey, name this tool.
I don't know.
All right, what's it used for? Or you just don't know?
Just don't know.
All right. Hey, name this tool.
Yeah, at first you would have thought, oh, it's just the black people, but then he interviewed white people too, and they're like, bro, we don't know. Nobody knew.
It
wasn't
that
a race
old,
thing.
or was it like, is it old?
He's
like,
on a
how
college campus.
Yeah, but how did
These
they
are
not
college
know?
kids. Because I don't know. I guess they've never done manual labor a day in their lives.
That sucks.
If you're in the video and you're like, I don't know what that tool, it's a level. It's to make sure whatever you're doing is level. That's what the bubbles do. The bubble will always be level. So if it's
We'll
to
give
the
you
left
a
side or the
tiny
right
bit
side.
of credit if you can't see the bubble, but if you see the bubble, you see several bubbles in different directions.
Yeah, you're like, okay, the bubble goes. I mean, it'd be better if he had one in real life and they looked at it and they go, oh, okay, when I move it, the bubble moves. So it's something to do with like measuring bubble. Maybe, I don't know, the action of the, it's the angle. When I angle it, the bubble, and maybe they would have got it from like experimentation. But I think anybody that's used this remotely once a day in their life, they'd be like, that's a level.
I think anybody who's ever put one of these or taken one of these out of a tool bag would know what that is, because it moves.
All these kids would have got beat by their dad if their dad was like, hey, let me go get a level.
Yeah, all of their dads
and they're
are
going,
either rolling in their graves or...
my dad would get mad if I couldn't find something and I knew what I was looking for. I knew what I was looking for and I couldn't find it. And I would generally not be able to find it. He'd be getting upset. I'm like searching everywhere. And you know I'm stressed out, right? Because I don't want to get yelled at or hit or nothing. Right. And I'm looking, oh man, where's that 16 millimeter? Oh, where's that socket wrench? Where's the... And I'm looking. And after so much time, I had to come back and go, couldn't find it. And of course, he's going to find it in 2 minutes. And I knew what I was looking for. I can't imagine these kids working with their dad.
Right.
At least my dad had it slightly easier than that. Because I at least knew a little bit. This is, there's Christmas parades on budgets here. This one's definitely on a budget.
Look at this, yo. Look at Garfield.
Look at Garfield.
Oh, no.
Yo, this is a mess.
It's just a guy's truck with a sign. Look at Elsa.
Grinch ain't even walking.
I was like, a slick back jail braids. Prison braids. They ran out of money, but they still want to celebrate Christmas, you know?
Bluey's there, sort of.
It's about the kids, you know?
I was trying to find this video of a son who finally got the opportunity to pay it back to his dad. He's working on a dishwasher, and he's like, oh, how the tables have turned. His dad's got the flashlight.
And he beats him?
And he's trying to unscrew something, and he's like, get it down here, and point it right there. What the hell's wrong with you with the light? You don't know how to aim a flashlight? And I'm like,
damn.
Every male figure I have ever known has done that to me at some point or another.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's a pretty broad beam, brother. Like, if you can't see with it, that's your problem.
Right? Better than nothing.
Right?
Pointing at something. That's true. This one, music soothes the savage beast. Look at this baby. This baby's upset. Because babies do that. Sometimes they just cry because they're like, I'm alive. You know what I mean?
They're like, what the heck is this?
Special songs by Metallica on Amazon Music.
He's like, wait, hang on. Hang on, let this guy cook. This is pretty good. 1 second. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Let him cook. That's all I wanted. That's good. He's a good boy now. That was me. This was footage of me as a baby. Did you know that?
Yeah.
That was my dad.
It is a little crazy how close he put that loud-ass speaker next to that kid's head, but...
Fuck it, bro. He needs to learn now. Yeah, he needs to learn now. Oh, this is so funny. I hope my dad's still in the chat or he'll watch this tomorrow. I just titled it, We're Gonna Be Rich. We're gonna be rich.
Would you rather have $2 million right now, or for the year of 2026, you have to pick one friend, and without them knowing, every time they take a shot or drink a beer, you get $10,000 transferred to your bank account. You can't tell them this is a challenge. You just have to wait and see. But you could peer pressure them, and you could just hand them shots and beers and buy it for them.
We don't got to peer pressure. I choose my father. We're going to be billionaires. I mean, this is amazing. That's $10,000 every time they drink a beer or take a shot?
Guaranteed money.
Or $2 million. We'll make the $2 million in like 8 weeks.
Right.
It'd take no time. We're going to be so rich. I wish somebody would give me a deal like that. I wouldn't even have to I wouldn't have to peer pressure my dad for nothing. I just got to get an average here so I can know how quickly we're going to make that $2 million, and then we'll just start profiting there. Very nice here. All right. Speaking of drinking, don't drink too much at the holiday party.
I'm going to be honest.
This is what happens.
With you. I hate this place. This zoo, this prison, this reality, whatever you want to call it. I'm going.
Yeah. I miss Christmas parties. We don't do that at my current work, but at the old LC, they would rent out the whole Joe Louis, and then after Joe Louis, it was Little Caesars Arena, and then they would have, well, back in the day, they would have free liquor, wine, and beer. And then eventually they learned their lesson. They said, bro, we can't give liquor. They're gotta be honest. And they get wild. So they're like, all right, beer and wine. But you can still drink. Free food. And then they'd have all the vendors from the arena. They'd just be open. So you can go to Tim Hortons. You can go to the Icy Bar, or like all the little vendors that are there. Go get your nachos and your popcorn or whatever. They would just be open and be free. And you just walk around. My kids tell me all the time, go, remember when you used to work at Little Caesars and we used to get suite tickets? Because they would give us suite tickets at the Little Caesars Arena because we owned a couple suites. And so whenever they just didn't have anybody that was already signed up for them, they would just be like, hey, who wants suite tickets? And every time I'd be like, me. And I'd always take my kids there. And they're just mad now. That was like the best part of me working at Little Caesars was going to the damn suites. They felt so cool. I went to look up how much it would cost, and it was like $10,000 for a single game. I was like, damn.
That's nuts.
We have to get to that point so that way I can, like, my kids will never let me live it down if we don't get one suite at some time. So maybe that's 500K subscribers. 500K, I think we can afford it. Don't mess with the lion mama's baby. Look at this. That's the daddy. And he's like, slap the boy. Look at the mama. What'd you just do to my son? What'd you just do to my son? You want me to slap you? Look at that. Yeah, Dad? Get out of here, boy. You want me to slap your ass? You're gonna hit my son? That's crazy. These are animals, and they know. She's like, I know you didn't just hit my kid. And then she hits him, too. That's crazy. This
but
one
it did practically nothing.
Yeah. Well, but it's a thought that counts. Where he's like, bro, I better not slap my kid next time. You ever felt this way? This is, what do they say when you're, man, your certain thoughts take over where you kind of let the intrusive. Yeah, intrusive. You're like, man, I feel like this guy with the high beams. I'm just really mad at him. Look at this guy high beaming me. You know what? Fuck him. You ever felt that way? But you don't do this. You don't go, you know what? That's insane.
I have felt like doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Many times.
Intrusive thoughts. Yeah.
And if you're behind me, God have mercy on your soul, because I'm turning every mirror directly back in.
Oh, if you the high beams are behind you
behind
and then
me, yeah.
Wouldn't that be crazy if you had like a back window that was like you hit a button and it became a mirror?
And it was like a two-way mirror, but it just like goes reflective.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be epic.
That'd be pretty cool. We should make like a super spy car that has like all sorts of gadgets. That'll be one of them. The mirror back window.
Like even if cops are coming up behind you. Woo,
yeah, because remember that one where we showed where they do
there, didn't you?
The guy does like the bright light because they're doing the bright light to like see inside the windows.
Yeah.
So then we reflect it twice as bright back at them, and then they can't see us. And we get away.
Oh, what are you whining about? You can't see?
Yeah.
What do you think it does to me, dumbass?
Exactly. And then this poor dude, I mean... Well, I mean, he did it to himself, but... Damn, that thing just squished.
No.
I mean, it crinkled like nothing.
Damn it!
Do you remember when we used to power slide in the parking lot?
I'm dead.
Yeah.
No, my life's over, Sam. My life's over.
Oh, yeah.
Sam, my life's
Good
over.
thing we never did this.
Sam,
His whole life's over.
We never did that, but...
Sam, no, everything's over.
No, I know it's okay. Stop it.
Sam, everything's over.
Stop it.
Sam, it's over.
Call it Gordo. Call it Gordo.
Sam, it's over.
Call it Gordo.
No,
It's
my
over.
career's over.
His
No,
career's
I can't go to
over.
school. How am I going to get to work? How am I going to go to school?
Work, school, it's all done. That's the only one I want to show you. Yeah, me and Jason used to like power slide. Like there were certain turns that you wanted to go like, you know, it was nothing crazy. We're not like, whoa, we were coming around. But, you know, you hit a turn a little hard. You hit it a little hard. You want to kind of slide the ass out just a bit, just to get that like, ooh, we weren't Fast and Furious 2.
No, we weren't
going,
Tokyo drifting.
Yes, yeah, we weren't Tokyo drifting, but a little drift. But there was one time where I did that little drift at the mall.
Yeah,
and
I remember.
I drifted a little too close to the curb, and then as soon as my ass of the car hit the curb, it popped my tire off the rim. It popped my tire off the rim. Just went pop.
We were actually remarkably lucky for that situation. It could have fucked that rim up so bad that we'd never get the tire back on. But
yeah, or flipped the car. Like, could you imagine if maybe it hit both wheels at the same time and the inertia of it, and it just went.
Right?
That went crazy.
That would have been embarrassing.
Oopsie. That's where they say the young and dumb. Don't do it, kids. All right. And then I saw this. We never get soccer highlights. I feel like it's really hard to get a soccer highlight. We're always showing some sort of sports highlight. Soccer finally got it today. Look at this. This is actually pretty good.
Flamini tries to
Look
guide
at this
it
team.
towards
Boom.
the heart. Good
Boom.
interception by Perez,
Boom.
doing a good
Ooh.
defensive work, and then Giroud
Wow.
with
Ooh.
a lovely feint flick.
Boom.
Arsenal breaking at pace. Giroud in the middle, Perez joining him. In
Bam.
it goes towards Olivier Giroud.
Back foot.
Oh my goodness! Flamini tries
It was
to
like
guide it
instantly.
towards the
They were
heart.
all in the
Good
flow
interception
state.
by Perez,
Yeah,
doing a
it's
good
like
defensive work,
they
and then
planned
Giroud
that
with a
from the
lovely
start.
feint flick.
Pow.
Arsenal breaking at pace.
Pow. It's just
Giroud
so
in the middle,
smooth,
Perez joining
bro.
him. In it goes
And
towards
then
Olivier
this.
Giroud.
You think that guy was really like, oh, bro, I'm about to back foot this into the thing. Or he was just like instinct where he's like, I got to hit it.
He's like, I got to. I can't handle the ball for too long.
He's like, I'm not about to be. Everybody just did all this epic ass stuff. I'm not being the one that
I
drops
think
this.
he was just concerned about the number of opposing players that were around him, and he was like, I'm not holding on to this. It's got to go now.
Boop. Bam. Rare to get it. I feel like soccer is one of those games that's hard to watch. I used to play soccer for many years of my life. Playing soccer is good because there's always action. It's like hockey. You're always running and doing something. There's always action. But watching it, there's not always scoring action. You know what I mean? A lot of kicking back and forth and back and forth. Like hockey is like a lot of swirl back and forth. And you got to be watching the whole time for the 2 times they score. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's a little tough for me to watch. Enjoy playing it. A little tough to watch. So it's good to see that. I forgot about this now that I'm doing it, so I'm just going to pull up the first we're at the end. The first motivational video I see. Oh, I like Kobe Bryant, so let's do a little Kobe.
Let me tell you something most people never hear in their whole life.
Tell me, Kobe.
You are not tired. You are undisciplined.
Oh,
that's the truth.
I was going to say I'm usually tired.
In America, people blame everything. Stress, school, work, childhood, the economy.
Mm-hmm.
The real problem is simple. No structure, no standards, no discipline. You want a better body?
Yeah.
Treat your body like it matters.
That's
you
true.
want a stronger mind?
Yeah.
Then stop feeding it garbage.
That's
you want a different life? Then stop waking up like the old version of yourself. Growth is uncomfortable. It's early mornings. It's saying no when your feelings say yes. It's grinding when nobody claps for you.
Gotta grind.
And here's the beautiful part. Every small win compounds. Read 10 pages a day. Train 45 minutes. Plan your next move. Stack that for 90 days. Your entire identity changes. Self-improvement isn't motivation. It's management. Managing your time, your habits, your emotions, your environment. You become a man who follows through. A man who does the hard things first. A man who doesn't fold when life gets loud. Stay consistent long enough, and one day you'll look back and realize something powerful. You didn't just change your habits. You changed your character. You rebuilt yourself.
Thanks, Kobe. The first comment is like, I'm pretty sure this is AI. It doesn't matter if it's AI. Okay?
Most of them are.
The words are what matter. And he's right. It's about stacking. See, that's the thing, is stacking. Everybody wants overnight progress. It's not. It's stacking. You don't go work out once and then you're like, where are they at? You might get a little pump. You might get a little pump up.
Right.
But no, you're going to have to work out multiple times a week for weeks on end. You're going to have to read, like you said, 10 pages. Read 10 pages every day. Next thing you know, you got the book done. It's been a month. Versus you never pick up the book. You never do anything to change. You can't expect change. Even if it's a little bit of change adds up because it stacks. So AI Kobe is absolutely right. Thank you, AI Kobe. Appreciate that.
Pretty solid.
There we go. And I'm going to end it with a Bible verse of the week. We got Proverbs 17:17. A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. And I thought that was cool because your friends, the ones that are real friends, they should be able to, we're talking about the negative and the positivity. Those are the people that you can rely on to bring love, like caring, nurturing, like I have well-being, I feel well-being for you. I want the best for you.
Right.
But a brother is born for adversity. So that's like, it feels like the love is like the good times, right? Like, yeah, okay, you know, I'm there for you. But then when shit really hits the fan, that's when you know who's a brother. And so I think we've proven that years on end here with the brothers, and that's how we do here. But I'm sure there's people like that in your life too, where you're like, man, I got some friends, you know, they care, but it's when the shit hits the fan. That's how you know who's a friend and who can be a brother.
Everybody has a person.
Yeah.
Even if they don't know it yet. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's just hard to tell.
Yeah.
It's like when it's 10 years in and you're like, I've had this same friend for like a really long time. And then you're like, damn.
Yeah.
They were there in every single instance where I needed some help, or like I wasn't the funny guy. I was sad boy that day. You know what I mean? Like, that's the person. Like, eventually you're going to realize who that person was.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's like, it's in those moments where, you know, you're sitting there thinking, who can I rely on? Like if you're going through something, like there every now and then, luckily less over time that I've needed this, but there's been times where it's just like, man, you know, who can I rely on for this? I'm in a certain situation, whether it be knowledge, like who can I ask about this that's not going to shit all over me? Or who can I reach out to for this and that? And when you go to reach out to those certain friends and they're like, oh, bro, no, or they don't care, or they say, oh, I don't have time for this, that they can't make time for you, stuff like that. Then it makes it really apparent. Like, I don't got to wait long. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that's... that there's levels to this, right? So that I wouldn't even call it friend. Like if a friend is only there for like the good stuff for basically them, what they can get out of you, that's more of an acquaintance, don't you think? Like somebody like you know well is like an acquaintance. I feel like a friend is like reciprocal. You can rely on in a certain way, and then the next level is when you're in us. All right, I got to rely on somebody. Who can I call? And that person's like, when can I be there? What can I do? That's that next level. That's where you can get to brotherships. But I feel like you can't do that if it's only been a little bit of time. That's where Jason's saying, like, you got to prove it over a long period of time.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like most
There's
people
consistency.
have common human decency enough to where if you're down to go, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, everybody.
And if you offer them something easy enough to do for you, they'll probably do it.
Yeah.
But it's no, and you're looking at that, all those situations, and you're just thinking about, like, your life, and then you're like, in every one of those bad pictures, that person's, like, there.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's your sign.
There it is. There it is. And if you don't got one of those, then at least be one to somebody else. You know, sometimes
being one makes other people want to be one.
That's what I was going to say. Like, sometimes you got to be the first one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
man.
Sometimes you're like, bro, my friends fucking suck, bro. My friend, nobody, I can't rely on nobody. Well, then you be the one. You be the one that they can rely on, or somebody else can rely on. And eventually that's going to come back to you, you know, in one way or another. Or at least you can feel good about, like, well, at least I'm not the shitty friend. You know, at least it ain't me,
Right.
which you should feel positive about as well. All right, that's it for the whole show. We made it by one. Okay, we're going to do it. I see Jason's camera died. I think it's a black screen now. But very nice.
Oh, yeah.
Less than 2 hours. Once again, excited. We're getting better at this, which is good. Next week, we should be on time because I think I got everything locked and loaded at this point. Now that we have multiple cameras, I'm not going to take anything away, at least. Or I might just set up the Sony to be like the permanent one, and then the newer one I'm going to try to travel with and do some stuff. But so we'll try to be on time next week. I don't know. You'll have to see. You'll have to tune in to see if we can. But everybody that was here, my dad in the chat, appreciate you. All the people that are watching. I see we had a bunch of people watching from the outside. We call them lurkers. If you don't comment, you're a lurker. You're lurking. And that's okay. Because honestly, your eyes, we had your eyes and we had your ears. What else can we ask for?
Cool too.
And there's a bunch of people. We actually get at least 5 to 10 times more people watch the show after. It would be cooler if you were here live. You know what I mean? But
for the comments.
Yeah, we'd like to see you in the chat. But you know what? Hey, you watched it 3 days later, a week later. That don't matter to me. You watched it. And we appreciate your time. So thanks for hanging out with us. Jason, thanks for being here. We're out of here. Good day. I'm sorry, everyone. The show's over, but we thank you for joining us. Thank you for your time. We're out of here.
You what?
Good day.
Are you ready?